Okay. Why is that so loud? Did the gain get turned up by accident? Let's see. No? Well, wait. No, that'd be turning up the gain, right? Sorry, I'm messing with the microphone. Probably sounds weird. Trying to think, because my mic's upside down. Hold on. Yeah, that should be. I think. Maybe I'm just being weird. Seems like there's a lot of noise. Is that weird? Does something sound weird? My mic looks really hot right now. Hey guys, what's up? Not missing it this time. I'm doing pretty good, Trico. How about yourself? Okay, now my mic looks normal. Before it was looking kind of weird. Weird. Aldos is streaming today as well. Okay. So, I've done a little bit. Why does my camera keep going off course? Just a hair. We good? Okay. Oh, got a bunch of people in the chat. Allergies acting up. Yeah, there's pollen starting to go around. How do you feel about Stravens? I've made several of them. They're probably my... well, they're not probably. They're the most... they're the thing I have the most experience in. Excuse me. I like them. If you need more than that, I'll need like more details of what you mean. I'm modding ZE long shot. Sweet. I want to build one, but I hate the fact that you have to kill a raven. I don't care enough. Pollen, gotta love it. Yep. Okay, so what have I done off camera? Let's get some of this out of the way. So what have I done off camera? Well, I've done a little bit of the methyl acrylate. I've attached this to this permanently. This still all slides out. This is the thing. I still need to file down some of this because it's still a little bit rough around the edges. I didn't do that completely. And then this piece and this piece are now connected. So this is going to be the part that sits in there like that. However, this barrel is still connected to all of this. If I pushed hard enough like that, I could slide this entire thing out, but I'm not going to do that right now. It doesn't take very much effort, but I just don't feel like doing it. So these are all, so that tank is still separate, so if I need to do any maintenance on it or anything, I can just pop it out of the tube and do my maintenance or whatever. So this is something that I had done, and I've also epoxied this in a little bit so that it is lined up straight and nice and correct. And obviously, by this shell being together and I have the hardware in here, I've fitted this hardware in there. So I have done quite a bit off stream, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to do the methyl acrylate outside. I did that today, but if I don't do it if I do it outside, not my closet, then I can actually get this going the same day. So I still want to secure it a little bit better. So we'll be doing that closer to the end. I still want to Dremel a bunch of stuff. We're going to do that first. And then near the end, we're going to put in more of the methyl acrylate, because I just put in enough to hold these steady so that they're sitting where they need to be. So So that's the plan. That's the plan today, I think. Could you get me power that poops? Could you get me power that poops money out my butt? Because if I could, because I would if I could. Okay. Also in chat, Gavin's name is blue, but the screen is purple. Just curious why. That's just the color that if I had a choice, it'd be purple because I'm used to moderators being purple because of the Fuzzy Walrus Industries Discord. All the moderators are purple. I'm used to purple moderators. I can't change the what YouTube has though. I freaking screwed me. I freaking screw me. So I had a nice spring load picked out right, left. The freaking dude, you need to freaking check your grammar, man. Purple revolvers. Oh, that sucks. J reference. Blah blah blah. Okay, so I also have a war tomorrow. So this doesn't need to be out for tomorrow, but yeah, I have a war tomorrow. So, but anyway, just making conversation. So, this is the barrel that I'm going to be using. This part I am not going to be using. I was just testing. This still slides out, but what I need from this is to make this longer. So obviously I can't use this piece. I have some more. This is 1730 seconds, excuse me. I have some more of this and I'll make it longer and then cut out basically the same shape that's on here. As a matter of fact, what I might end up doing, which I probably will end up doing, is putting this all the way through here, marking with a Sharpie these exact lines, taking it out, cutting it out, and then that's going to be the reverse right here. So that will go right there, and then this one will go right here, and then you'll get the sliding action. Don't know how much of that we're going to be able to accomplish today, but I would like to do that. So we're going to get this out of the way because we don't want any dust getting in here. We don't want any dust getting in here. We could just tape that off, but we don't really need this in this location, so I'm just going to put it right outside because getting dust in any of those seals on the inside of the XBZ tank will absolutely ruin your seal, and it's kind of not possible to clean once the dust gets on the inside. I'm sure you could with enough time, but I'm getting that IMAX charger and like 15 male XT60 connectors from Hobby King. Sweet. Hey Tiger, what's up? Aluminum breech. Technically aluminum barrel, brass breech. It's worth noting that I managed to get a friction fit on all of these parts because I took my time trying to fit everything in here. So that piece still goes in there. This still goes together like this. And once I get everything together, there's no play on any of these parts. There's no wiggle room anywhere. So I actually do have a friction fit with just the normal plastic, but what I'm probably going to end up doing is putting some epoxy sculpt on the inside of here, just to kind of make everything a little more rigid, because while this is holding, I'm not sure how much stress it's putting on the plastic, especially after I put the attachment piece on here. I'm not sure how much stress that's going through. So a little bit extra doesn't hurt. I don't know if I'm going to do that 100% yet, but right now it fits, and it fits well, so that's all that matters. So what are we doing? Should probably work on the brass first, because I do want to get that breech out of the way. We have a few options here. Oh, you know what I really need to do? I need to cut out this dang circle right here with a silver Sharpie, because it's already cut out on this side, but that will let me get the tube on the other side there. So let's do that first. Alpha is spelled with an F, Tiger. Why that placement in the handle looks absolutely awesome. Hawkeye, clean work. Dude, thanks. Don't judge me if I show up at a war and run a ton of 6-packs. Can you fit in a 4B in a retaliator? Probably, but the mechanism on a 4B kind of sucks compared to an XBZ, at least in my opinion. So I wouldn't, just because the XBZ is much easier to activate. But just my opinion, or more efficient, not easier, I guess. Well, technically easier, because on a 4B you have to pull the trigger fast, and your performance will depend on how quickly you pull the trigger. But with a XBZ style, you won't have to worry about that, and just pull the trigger whenever you feel, however hard you feel. What's it doing? This. I need to move this out of the way. Super tired. You guys know that I've been super tired from school and work and everything else, so if I'm not making a ton of sense, I apologize, or if I get distracted easy or whatever. Hate when my Dremel's dusty. It's that daggum polycarbonate gets everywhere. Polycarbonate's abrasive. All the dust, like you get like ABS dust or something, and it's like, oh, there's dust everywhere. Freaking polycarbonate is abrasive, man. B bump strike is obviously a lot better, right? I have no idea what that is. Okay, we're going to be using a Dremel in this stream, so if you guys have headphones on and you're blasting the audio and I'm super loud right now, you might want to turn it down just a teensy bit, because I'll be turning the Dremel on and off. Shouldn't be too bad. You guys have told me that it's not terribly bad because the audio kind of compensates for itself, but just be noting that I am going to be using this thing. Ben, go to sleep at 10 and wake up at 6. You'll get 8 hours easy. But I have things to do. Alright, here we go with the Dremel. I'm rewatching Death Note for like the 3rd time or something, but can't find any good anime that I like. I'm not terribly big into anime. But you know, things every now and again. But I can't find anything. It's hard to start a new one because I hate so much of it. But the one I can't rewatch is Full Metal Alchemist. I've tried rewatching that one like 3 times, and I can't get past like episode 4. I don't know what it is about it. It was a good series. I just can't rewatch it. I've seen Assassination's Classroom. That's a really, really good one. What's up? Watching from a LAN party. Sweet. You're having a LAN party? Hello, LAN party people. What kind of LAN party? Now I'm curious. Yeah, I watched it in the correct way. Thank God. I watched the normal Full Metal Alchemist first, the one that's not as good, and then I went back and watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I'm glad I did, because if I did it in the other order, I don't think I'd be able to watch the first one. So glad I did it that way, but yeah, Brotherhood's definitely better. Bleach, yeah, I know, like, that's like supposed to be like a top contender or whatever, but like, I don't know. I'm sure if I started it, but like I watched Fairy Tail for probably like the first 150 episodes or something, but like after that it started to get a little bit diluted, and it was kind of not interesting anymore. which kind of sucks because that started off so strong. Have you ever got the feeling, an accomplishment you get bodywork done and screw up and have to restart? I mean, depending on how far you get, there's no such thing as like truly screwing up, because you can always fix something. But I mean, if I was to screw up, I'd probably just scrap it anyway, because I would know that it's messed up. But I'm not sure, thinking back on it, I'm not sure if that's ever happened to me. Because usually I get more careful as more time goes on, because I know if I screw up, then it's scrapped. Which is why you start hand filing and using the Dremel less, using less power tools. Because power tools are great because they can lob off a lot of material quickly, but they're also dangerous because you can lob off material quickly. So your mistakes get really, really fast when you start using a Dremel, which is why I always recommend new people to remove the logo with hand files, because it's very easy to accidentally dip in just a little bit too far, and then you have to fill that in. Attack on Titan, I've seen that. Also, another thing, I can't watch sub animes. I have to watch dub. And I know a lot of people disagree with that, and oh, it's the purity of the thing, and blah blah blah, and like all this other crap. That's fine, like I totally get that, and I'm not opposed to it, but I'm the type of person where it takes me, I have to read it and then process the information, and then I'll understand it. And if I'm concentrating on reading it, I'm not going to be able to see any of the visuals, because I'm so concentrated on reading it. I just can't do it. I've tried it. It doesn't happen. It does not work. I tried doing that with I almost said Assassination Classroom. I tried doing that with Brotherhood, which is one of the first animes that I watched. I got to like episode 6 or something, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I started it again from the beginning. I find hand files much easier to remove logos than sandpaper, because sandpaper's flexible and stuff, and like, you know, rigid. Hey Phil, what's up? Where do you get the nameplate? Good lord, I'm so tired, I'm so sorry. See, this is what I would be doing in anime if I was trying to read things. Where do the nameplates go on the blaster? Right there. I gotta file it down a little bit, but the tube comes off the back here, and these are gonna go there. So that's fun. Different strokes, different folks. I totally get why people don't like the sub, because, or excuse me, don't like dub, because it does get frustrating when you like see the same actors or whatever, and it gets a little bit frustrating when like they sound dorky or something. But like, I don't know, it's not really not that bad to me personally, but I totally understand why people prefer the sub. I just personally can't do it. Like that's a physical restriction for me. I couldn't do it if I wanted to. Are you going to paint it? I am planning on painting it, but I want to get it working first, because we're having an NIC war in the middle of March, and I would like to get this done for that. So I want to get it working first, and then later on I'll do the LEDs and the paint work. What's your opinion on the new Star Wars versus the old expanded universe? Disney is stupid. A lot of people have worked really hard to get that expanded universe into a place where it was awesome, and they kind of undid everything. I'm not super well versed into it, but from what I knew of it, it was a lot better than what they have now. And I think Disney is going to slowly run Star Wars into the ground. For me, they already have. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan to begin with, but I don't know. It's Disney being a money-hungry slob, if you ask me, but... Because as far as I know, like, Kyle Katarn and, like, all of the other, like, other stuff, like, all that stuff doesn't exist anymore in the canon now, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's just all gone. Yeah, just see, it was really good, pretty sure I watched it subbed. There's also a dub version now. Bye. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. I've kind of been keeping tabs on the Dragon Ball Super. Like, again, not a huge Dragon Ball fan, but like I've seen the Boo saga all the way through. I've seen clips of pretty much everything, like highlights and stuff, and I've been kind of like keeping tabs on like the highlights of like people talking about Dragon Ball Super, because that's a big thing. So I'm not completely ignorant to what's going on in Dragon Ball Super. I know enough about it to talk to someone about it, but I haven't watched like the complete like series. Hey Nana, what's up? Where's that plunger tube? Gotta make sure that this fits. We'll slowly grind away at this until we can get it to fit. I don't think Star Wars was something that needed more official movies. To be perfectly honest, like I know it kind of sucks. Like everybody wants the movies and everybody wants all this other stuff, but like kind of like digging into the lore of stuff is half the fun of things like this. And when you're just like, oh, that doesn't exist anymore, let's make some movies so we can completely ignore everything, because obviously that's why they did that. So they wouldn't have to do any research or anything. So they could just be like, oh, screw everything. Screw everything. I don't feel like doing research. Let's just do this. But whatever. In my opinion, it sucks, but, you know, you can't just say, oh, this doesn't exist anymore. It's like, well, I mean, that's already in the hearts of everybody who likes everything about it, so that's kind of not for you to decide. It's more of like an alternate dimension, I guess, if you want to put that in your head that way. Is there any meaning to the plunger being upside down? See, everybody keeps saying this, like, it's upside down, it's upside down, it's upside down, this is upside down, this is upside down. Everybody keeps saying that, and honestly, I didn't care enough to figure it out, because this whole thing is completely irrelevant, because the plunger tube slides a little bit forward and backwards, and this wouldn't, the sled and the bolt wouldn't run into this part anyway. It serves no function. So either way, it doesn't matter for me, because this entire thing is locked backwards. It does not matter. I'm using this for for the round bit and these 4 tabs. So it doesn't make a hill of beans to me. Is there yep, Disney equals Star Wars noobs. Are you using an HPA setup or Springer? No, this is HPA. Got our XBZ tank in here, and then our hardware. And I made all of these metal fittings so that when I'm holding it by the grip, it's kind of not just relying on those 2 screw ports and a little bit of plastic holding this, and then like a loose tube going to this. This entire thing is metal, and the entire thing's held in there, so when I'm holding this with the plastic on the outside, it's not going to rip the entire thing out of the blaster. See what I mean? Sorry, I was just curious. It's not a problem. It's just it's been brought up before, and this way was upside down last time, and now like this way is upside down. It doesn't matter to me. I hate doing uneven surfaces like this, and what I mean by that is like there's little ridges on the inside of here. See those ridges and stuff, or those little support nubs on the other side of my finger? Since those have a thicker cross section this way, it makes it slightly more resistant to sanding because there's more material there. So if I were to sand over this entire thing evenly, since those bumps have more resistance, they would actually protrude a little bit. So I have to give them a little extra attention. It's kind of annoying. It's just, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just a little bit of a nuisance. Trying to make sure I'm taking off the material correctly. What I can do to kind of cheat is put this up against here and then see how far I need to take these edges right up against here. So I'll still need to do this manually, but these edges right here, I can line them up. I'm assuming I'm okay to talk about spoilers for Death Note. I'm assuming everybody has seen that. If you don't want spoilers, stop me now. Do whatever triggers people the most. It's not that I'm like specifically looking to trigger people. It's just I don't care enough about like precious blasters to really care. I'm gonna just use the Dremel here just a teensy bit. Very light hand, just getting rid of some of those more resistant areas. Is Death Note worth seeing? Death Note, in my opinion, is one of the best series, period, let alone in anime. There is one thing about it that I think everybody can agree really sucked, but I'm not sure if there's any other way they could have done it. So I tend to just leave it as it is. It's just a part of the story, so. What would you recommend if XBZ is not available? You can get QEVs and then build your tank out of metal. Is what I would recommend. Yep, still needs a lot. Looks like the high point is on this side, so we're just going to take off the high points and keep filing it back in certain locations. Don't want to do too much. Ow! Just jabbed myself with the thing. Wasn't very hard. Hey Nick, what's up? Screw it, I'm just going to use the Dremel a little bit. To say the live... Sorry, I missed that. To say the live-action reboot of Death Note was disappointing is probably the biggest understatement I've ever seen. That was the most insulting piece of garbage I've ever seen. I dare not watch the reboot of... the live-action reboot of Full Metal Alchemist. I heard that was terrible, so I'm not going to bother. I was curious about Death Note, but I'm not even gonna bother with the other. Weebs. There's no redeeming features. Dremel again, here we go. Anyway, I don't even have to say the spoiler for you guys for those of you who have seen it before to know what I'm talking about. But I just got to that episode where that thing happens. So it only took like 2 days to get there, but. And what I can also do is kind of measure distance from here to here to make sure that I'm not going in further on one side than the other. Still need to take off a little more on this side and then it'll be even, but I don't think that's going to be enough to close the shell completely, so I think I need a little more off of this side and then the same amount on both sides to be taken off. It's almost there. Hate when there's dust on my glasses. Why the fudge was it so gory compared to the anime? Oh yeah, I don't know. What anime is this? Death Note. I'm rewatching it. We're kind of talking about the live action one as well, which, you know, garbage. It's laughable how bad it is. Like, it'd be, like, I don't expect, like, it to be perfect because, you know, it's one movie compared to an entire series. But, like, the characters are so laughably different. It's completely different. It's a completely different thing. What would have been better is if it was, like, post Death Note and, like, Ryu went to America or something and he was a completely different person. That would have been interesting. Like, it kind of would have resembled the original too much, like, the characters, because there's a boy, there's a girl, blah, blah, blah. But at least it would have been freaking watchable. You know what I mean? SAO. I've seen SAO. I like it. I know that one's a big controversial one, which is why I wasn't going to bring it up. Some people hate it, some people love it. I thought it was okay. Like, technically, yeah, it's not the best. Like, it has a lot of, like, stupid things about it. But the characters are likable, and I know it's designed that way or whatever, but I'm not going to deny that I liked it, so I'm not ashamed about it. I'm not taking off very much. I'm very, very, very lightly touching that, just so because I am. It's kind of an awkward angle with the file, because there's like a rib right there. SAO is like one of the most controversial animes to date. it's so split. Like, you either hate it or you're in such love with it that you want to, you know, freaking. Well, this stream is not rated high enough for me to say that, so. It could have been like the 7th Star Wars film, somewhat of a reboot, nothing new, but watchable and taken for what it is. Not, yeah, exactly. At least that way it wouldn't have gotten like a freaking negative rating. Because if you're just looking at it just as by itself and ignoring the fact that it's supposed to be Death Note, it wasn't a bad movie, but everything else about it completely sucks. Because it's not those characters. I don't know what it was, but it's not those characters. Ooh, we're so close. Never bothered with SAO. It's different in the fact that the main protagonist actually gets the girl before the thing ends, which is not very common. Usually it's like this chase back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then at the end of the series, something happens where either they get the girl or they die or something happens or whatever. But SAO is unique in the fact that like halfway through, they get married. Like they actually become a thing. So it's a nice change in that aspect from, oh, this isn't just the same old thing over and over again. Yes, it has a shirt ton of holes, and if you actually stop and look at it, it has a stupid amount of holes. Like if you look up like why the video game SAO would be so bad, you look at it and it's like, that's laughable. Like, it's laughably bad. But the story itself is interesting enough where I think it, you know. So, whatever. If you're looking for a good anime, try. It's pretty good. Never got the anime. I never understand it, so I have no knowledge in this topic. That's fine. Anime is not for everyone. Same. Quote unquote married. Anyone seen Assassination Classroom? I really liked that one. I think it was kind of stupid what they did with the green-haired girl. I can't remember any of their names. That was kind of dumb, and they could have left that out completely. But whatever. If there's only like one or two things that you don't like about an anime, you're golden. There's always going to be things about stories that you don't like, but I think that's just a testament to how good they are, because you're invested in it enough to say, I don't like this. If you didn't care about it, then who cares? But you know what I mean? One Punch Man. I have seen One Punch Man. I don't know if there's... I think I've seen all of it, but I've only seen the dubbed version. But I think everything has been dubbed. But I liked it. I liked One Punch Man. One Punch Man was funny. That was a really good one. I enjoyed that one. So I'm late to a lot of these things because I do have to wait for the dub. Again, physical limitation. I just can't do the reading at the same time I'm trying to watch something. That's a physical limitation by me, so my bad. But yeah, I really liked that one. We're getting so close here. It's just ever so... I could actually pinch those shells together, and that's actually probably the fit I want, but just a little bit more. That gap's a little bit too big. I want that gap a tiny bit smaller. I don't want it so small that this is rattling around, but just a tiny bit smaller. Or a tiny bit more taken off. I'm watching it now. Shh, no spoilers. My bad, Trico. Honestly, I think SAO is the most underrated anime. Is the most underrated animes. It wasn't great. Like from a technical standpoint, it wasn't great. From a story, good grief. From a storytelling perspective, I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I can understand why a lot of people like it. But to a lot of people who are like super picky about that kind of stuff and like put themselves in that world or whatever, I can see why it's controversial, because it does have all those holes. But you know, people like some anime, people don't like others. I think there's just a lot about SAO that you can go back and forth on, so which is kind of why I think it's so polarizing. Later half was rushed. Yeah. That's another thing. The first arc was great. Second arc. What was the second arc? The second arc was okay. Gun Gale was great. And then the last one was kind of bad, if I'm remembering it correctly. Wasn't there like 3 in the second season or something? I don't know. Where can I find Epoxy Sculpt? I get mine on Amazon. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if it's in stores. If it is, it's not common. I'm enjoying the Tournament of Power episodes and Dragon Ball Super. The rest of the series has been kind of lackluster. Everybody's dying for Goku to master what's it called? Ultra Instinct. You're gonna be the best off finding it in craft stores apparently, though, if you have to. Also getting slapped by the main girl at the in each game, slapped in SAO, slapped in LAO, slapped in GGO. Hawkeye, have you seen SAO Fatal Bullet? I have not. Again, I don't really watch the sub stuff because I kind of can't really read along and keep up with everything at the same time, so I have to wait for the dubbed. So I'm usually behind on a bunch of stuff, but not in a terribly big rush, so. Hawkeye, have you seen... Oh no, I just read that. Never mind. It's a game, not a manga. I don't read any manga anyway, but no, I haven't. I've seen people talk about it on the subreddit, but I don't click on any of the topics or anything. I'm not that involved. There we go. Look. You see that tiny, tiny little gap? I'm not even sure if you can see that. There we go. This side's better lit. No, it's not. I lied. See that tiny little gap? Just enough pinch in there that I want. So I still need to put stops to prevent this thing from sliding up backwards, because it can move about that much. And I need to lock that in the forward position. But that's going to be easy, in theory. I love Gundam Wing and remember enjoying. I actually have. I grew up with Gundam Wing, watching that, so I actually went out and bought like the collector's edition DVDs or whatever. So I actually own Gundam Wing, but Gundam Wing was definitely my favorite. I know it's not like the super best or anything, but I'm kind of attached to it because I grew up with that. But the only other Gundam I've ever really been able to watch is Unicorn. I've seen others, like the one about the toys. What's it called? Gunpla, the Gunpla one. That one was good. But Unicorn was good, but Gundam Wing was the one I started with. Like all the other ones I can't really watch. It's not really the story, but it's more of the anime style. Those are like ancient anime styles, and I just can't get past it. I cannot watch it. I know it's terrible, but that is a very, very gory one. Also definitely not rated G. But a good one. Gundam Build Fighters. Thank you, Phil. What's your opinion on a Strife Centurion integration? I'm thinking of making one. What should I run for internals? Well, obviously the Strife. The different cages and different stuff like that is completely up to you. Strife Centurion's been done many times. If that's your thing, more power to you. Personally, they're kind of meh to me, but that when you're talking about integrations, personally I think that you're talking more, you know, like a personal taste kind of thing. So that's kind of up to you. It's like, what's your opinion on this modification on this integration? Well, that's my opinion is not terribly relevant, but so if I put a spacer in between here, this is the slide that, or the channel that these two things ride on, and that's supposed to go back and forth. But if I put a polycarbonate spacer on the inside of here in the right position, it will lock up against this, and that will keep that from riding back and forth. So, what can we do about this? What is the thickness of that, first of all? There's some 1/4 inch polycarb, and cool, it's perfect. Not perfect, but what I mean by that is it's a little bit thinner than what is this? 1/4 inch. So if I sand down these sides, then it will slip in there perfectly. It's better than being a little bit too big, because then it would be rocky, but okay, so it doesn't need to be big, so I think I'll just sand down these sides and then we can go from there. Let me think for 1 second here. I'm trying to think how I want to sand this. Okay, I'll just do it with the Dremel. Get this out of the way because it gets real dusty. Have you tested the new Titan Kronos 2 motors? I have not. I have them. I haven't tested them yet, though. Dremel warning. I'm going to square up one of these sides. Using a round bit like this isn't the best thing to square something up. Ideally, I'd be using a belt, but I don't feel like whipping that out right now. And it's not completely crucial that this be absolutely flat, so what I'm going to do is sand this while it's still together and then cut it in half. So I'll have the 2 blocks that I need, one for either side. Whoops. Getting there. Actually, that might be close enough. I'm going to start using hand file. If I can find the hand file that I want. Oh, it's right next to me. Let's see how much patience I have for this before I go back to the Dremel. My sister recommended Assassination Classroom to me, actually. That was definitely an interesting one. So how's everybody doing today? I like getting these updates. Anybody working on anything new? Maybe maybe get a little bit further in your projects. Assassination Classroom is good so far. I'm at the episode where the transfer the student is a computer. Oh, so you're early on in there. What's your favorite size of motor, and what is your favorite from each size class, quote unquote? I feel like I'm asking too many questions. No, it keeps me engaged. 180s are definitely my favorite size. In my opinion, if you're going to mod something, do it right the first time. Don't be lazy. Just cut the shell and get the best that you can get. XP 180s are my favorite because of the quality of the motor. I've been saying for a very long time that we don't need that much torque, and I don't need that much torque. Because I don't use the higher crush stuff. I'm more about accuracy. So I like the XP 180s, but obviously those are kind of extinct right now. So I'm relying on my reserves of them. Don't really have a favorite of the other ones because that's really all I use. But if I was going to have to guess, I mean, I guess the Fang revamps, whatever. Just because I already have mostly 2S batteries for the 130. That's 130, right? And then the 132s, I mean, probably the regular Fangs, right? I don't know. I really don't use enough of the other ones to even make an assessment. Working on an LS. Sweet. Every time I want to do a long strike, I just never can find the motivation to do it. I want to, but I just can't find the motivation to. Or other projects get in the way. The Raven is no longer... The Raven is no longer has thumb stock. Okay, that didn't make any sense. It does change the comfort from the blaster, in my opinion. Finished up in white and purple fade strong arm. You people with your spelling or grammar, whatever. Working on Rhino Centurion mod that will look like a demon. Edgy. YouTube recommended High School of the Dead to me. I don't really understand what they were thinking. There was one school one where someone in the Doki Doki Literature Club subreddit recommended people watch. I can't remember what it was called, but it was definitely interesting. It's not what it appeared to be. We're almost there. Like, I really feel like we're too close for me to justify using the Dremel, but I'm getting impatient. As the seconds tick by, I'm getting more and more impatient. I also don't have this piece clamped down properly, which is probably not helping. No, I don't think that was it. Soul Eater reference, Trico. I haven't seen Soul Eater, so. I would not get the reference either. Planning on a project called Pumpkin, anime reference if anyone gets it. Find time to work on a long shot, Ben. It's really easy and enjoyable. I know, but there's a lot of money involved, and I'll probably just wait till I get a crimson one. And I'm not exactly super looking for a crimson one, so it's just kind of whenever one falls into my lap. So otherwise, I'm not gonna have enough motivation. We just hit that point. Any ideas to fix a cracked screw port? Epoxy the crap out of it, put it back on, hold it in place by whatever means necessary, fill in the hole if there is anything left, and then take a small drill bit and make sure that it's the correct size so you're not drilling it too big, and then drill it in there. Also, what you can do is take a little bit of tape and put it around the drill bit so you can use that as a visual reference so you don't go all the way through the shell. Just be careful because depending on your drill bit, depending on the epoxy used and different things, it could grab and start pulling it into the blaster. So make sure that it's not accidentally going all the way through. It's a good way to fix screw ports as well. What I do is I actually drill a hole, a tiny little hole at the bottom, somewhere along right here. And that will relieve the vacuum that's in there. And then if you put a couple drops of epoxy on the inside of here, it will go all the way through and out the bottom hole right here. And then you can just kind of keep topping it off as it's drying, because it doesn't take that long to set up. You can just use the 5-minute epoxy if you really want to, because it's thin enough. The methyl methacrylate is kind of too thick for it, so use the 5-minute epoxy. And then let it drip in there, and then it'll be solid again, and then you can just drill that out and you have a fixed screw port. Hey Jason, what's up? Oh crap, Jason, Peter wanted me to text him when I was streaming. Told myself I wasn't going to forget that. I have some of the Crimson Longshot. What do you mean by some of? Does anyone know of Nerf group in Southern? Not that I know of. You can ask around in some of the different places online, but. There we go, finally. I'll bring it tomorrow. It's just the left side of a crimson long shot. How the heck did you get just a left side of a crimson long shot? How do you even go about doing that? So I'll put this another way and mark it with a Sharpie and then cut it up. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cut this in half this way. Cut it in half that way, and then I'll chop off those 2 bits, and hopefully I don't lose them. Okay, gonna turn on my bandsaw, so give me 1 sec, guys. Headphone users, beware. I decided that if I cut through all the way that I would absolutely lose those pieces. So what I did was I cut through 99% of the way and then just left a little bit of plastic on there so it wouldn't break off, but it should be enough for me to kind of cut and snap off. So there's one. And this one I can just snap off, twist off. Thunderdome makes sense. Okay, that works. Now we have 2 little nubs that we can place. And how shall we figure out? Okay, first of all, the rail needs to be cleaned because I kind of half-ass wiped it up, but there's still some grease in there, and I'm not sure how much of that is still in there, so let me get the rubbing alcohol. Am I the only one who feels the need to line screw threads? What do you mean line screw threads? There's a little piece of rubber in here. I'm just going to take it out. It's a little bumper. It's kind of solvent welded in. Okay, it's definitely solvent welded in. But I don't want that in there. You are useless. Your life has no meaning. There we go. Lube screw threads. I mean, if you're cutting a thread, not if you're just like screwing something in, because then it's more liable to work itself out. Do you like metal stock or printed cages the best? I mean, if I can get aluminum. Or wait, do you mean, are you watching right now? Like, but do you mean like actually in? Hold on one sec, guys. Are you talking about like actually in the thing, We can go on Discord if you want. I can bring that up. Hold on. It's my friend Peter. He's texting me. I need to drag over Discord. Give me 1 sec. I'm in general chat, Peter. I'll need to change some settings around so you guys can hear him. Actually, I'll have to get up for that. Hold on. Okay, so no one's in Discord yet, but Peter, I don't know if you're watching, but go to the Hanu Discord. Oh, never mind, you're there. Ow. That was my knee. That used to be my knee. Oh shoot, you know what? That's blocking my view. I need to move that. Whoops. Sorry guys, all over the place. Just give me 1 sec. You there, Peter? Just move that out of the way a little bit. If you're talking, we can't hear you. Check your inputs and stuff. While I take my blaster apart excessively. I mean, if you take your time, you shouldn't be ruining things. If Peter ever finds his microphone, he's a local. The video I made, what's it called, the loadout video, Scruffy Nerf Hoarder, that's Peter. That is, if he ever gets his microphone in. Can you hear me, Peter? I really don't know if he can hear me, so. Can I join? Sure. We're in Discord, Jason. The Hanu Discord. Fuzzy Pete? Is Fuzzy Pete here? Yes, on phone. I can't hear you. Check your inputs, Peter. Unpacking darts for a war is a pain. It really is. It really is. I wish they would just sell them in like freaking bigger boxes or something, but whatever. Boy, this is a pain in the ass to get in that groove, isn't it? I'll jump in when I get home. Cool beans. Sounds like a plan. Never mind, wrong person. I could like excessively clean this, but I really don't think I need to. And if I do, then I won't have a problem just taking it apart and doing it, so it's not like a vital part. See, now that bothers me. There's definitely still lube in the bottom of that, because I can see that. Hey Soviet, what's up? Stampede screws can be an absolute pain as well. The older the blaster, the more of a pain it's going to be, just because they used to use way more screws back then. The modern ones, they want to save every penny because they're making these things by the millions. And one screw is going to equal big bucks, so... So Gavin, normally they're alright, but when they're bad, they're really bad, yeah. Hey Nate, what's up? I don't know, Gavin. I'm not gonna bother guessing. I already can't stand when people are like, when people say something that everybody knows that they don't know what you're talking about, but they just want you to ask the question so that they can say it. It's like, just freaking say it. Pet peeve of mine. It's more along the lines of the fact that they can get really stuck in there. I just hate the fact that there's like 30 different size screws on the Stampede. It's pretty normal to forget. I think we'll be good with that. I think I'll also sand a little bit on the inside of those rails, just so it has at least something to attach to. Peter has now texted me, yeah, 3 times in a row, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. He's also not in the chat anymore. Okay, so we'll sand a little bit on the inside of here. Not even sand, just like scrape a little bit. I need to get a general idea of where this thing's sitting. Okay, so it's like right there. Boy, this is not easy. Getting in that little groove. Does anyone know where I can get a motor cover for Raven besides Jace 3D? Have you asked around? Just wondering. What primer are you using? I usually use Rust-Oleum. There are some people that hate Rust-Oleum, some people that love it. It kind of depends on your location and like your humidity and your weather and different stuff like that is what I'm finding. So because I know people that like Krylon, I can't stand Krylon, but yeah, that's just personal area, personal opinion, you know, that kind of stuff, so it's whatever works for you, but I use Rust-Oleum generally. For color, I'm starting to get more into Montana because now I've actually found a place that sells it locally. Before, the only reason why I wasn't using it is because there's only a few places that actually sell it, and I couldn't find any. But I've found where it is locally now, so I'm probably going to start using that. For primer, though, I'm probably still going to stick with Rust-Oleum. But for any sort of colors, I'm probably going to go with Montana from now on. Where's my... Oh. Oh, printer. My bad. Sorry. You guys know I'm super tired. What printer are you using? I have a FlashForge Creator Pro. Also, one of the locals was looking for a 3D printer to invest into, and that's the one I suggested. It's a $1,000 printer, but you freaking plug it in and it works, and it has, the Amazon one has great customer service. I never needed to use it, but if you look at any of the reviews, so that's the one I suggested, because like you can get a $300 one, but you're gonna have to be fiddling with it a lot. He didn't want that. That's not what I wanted, so I was like, that's perfect. That's what lined up for me. So he got it, and he's really happy with his too. So. My bad. Thanks for the insight. Last time I checked, there wasn't a T in primer. Then again, the Brits put a U in color, so you never know. See what I did there? Okay, that should be good enough. Just gives us a little bit of purchase. Okay. Now what? So these need to be seated in there. I'm pretty sure for this application, super glue would work just fine. But what I might do is super glue them in for now, and then at the end of the stream, when I start putting the methyl acrylate on, put it behind that as kind of like a backup. I think that'll work. Peter, I still can't hear you. Peter's in here, by the way. I just saw that. Yeah, because then I can line that up correctly as well. Ooh, that's bending a little bit. I wonder if that's going to fix that. It does a little bit. I am going to pop that back out and we will fix that. It's bending the lower rail just a little bit. Okay, that came out easier than I thought that was going to come out. So now we have the predicament of this thing's already freaking small, and now I need to freaking grind this down. How the heck am I going to do that? Damn it. Hold on, I need some sandpaper. Fiddling a lot with my printer, but at the same time, I believe I'm still under 1,000 for both. Yeah. If you're willing to fiddle, or even if you... I know a lot of people find fiddling with that kind of stuff fun, which I totally get, but I can't stand the process of 3D printing. I don't know what it is about it, but I can't stand the process of like 3D printing. I don't know what it is, but... Peter, go into your settings and then hit input settings, and you should see you also might be on push to talk. So check that setting where you like physically have to push something. Turn off push to talk if you can. Some kind of magic. Looks like it's going to be awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Crimson. I appreciate that. Hey, WD, what's up? Anyways, I need some sleep. It's 3 a.m. here. Thank you for staying up and talking a little bit. Appreciate having you here on the stream. Have a good night. Trying not to sand away my fingers here. Still bending the edge there. I'm going to need to sand that down quite a bit. And we're back. Hawkeye's natural habitat sanding. Yeah. Hello, WD. I found an original Alpha Trooper at a thrift store today for $1.99. Sweet. I got that was my first blaster. Got the original Alpha Trooper. Okay, now Jason's in here, and I still can't hear them. Now I'm wondering if there is a setting that's incorrect. Oh, Jesus! Okay, I hear you. Is he a little bit loud, or say something, Jason?
Hi.
He's a little bit spiky. You're a little bit loud. Are you like right on top of your mic, or?
I saw my headphones in.
Okay. Yeah, you're a little loud. Let me turn you. Hold on. I think I just need to adjust you in actual Discord. Give me 1 sec.
Is that better?
A little bit, but I can adjust you from my end. Oh,
okay.
Shoot. Turn down your volume just a little bit. Say something.
Okay.
Tiny bit more, and that'll be good. There you go. 60%. Okay. Oh my god, I almost banned you by accident. That was close. Peter's still having some trouble with his mic, but this is Justin. He pops in the chat every once in a while. I said Justin, didn't I? Jason.
Hey, that's not my name.
Jason. I don't know what the frick is wrong with me. I was doing that all the last war. He's a local here from Houston.
Yeah, you kept calling me Jimmy last war.
Yeah, I don't know. I really think this whole lack of sleep is starting to affect me. It's starting to affect my mental state. But Peter's having some trouble. It's going to be something really stupid. I just know it.
You just need to turn it off and then back on. That's good. That's how you fix everything.
I'm surprised he hasn't, like, said something yet, like texted me or something. Gotta go. See ya, WD. I'm assuming that's mind. If I join in a minute. Sure. That's fine. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's still bowing a tiny bit. We'll see if we need to go a little bit more. It's not really affecting. It's maybe a little bit. I'll just keep sanding until it doesn't have that bowing effect. Not to be confused with the plane company. Get it? Bowing effect? Bowing. Ah. Thanks for the pity laugh. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What I should have done is got some lock vise. Oh, lock jaw plier thing and grab this. Welcome back. Chat comes and goes in waves. I think we're in a bit of a lull right now. That's okay. It always goes into a lull when I start sanding. I wonder why.
You just want to focus on that nice sound of you sanding.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Welcome back as well. Okay, there's barely any bowing now. I think I'm happy with that. No, I'm not. Don't lie to myself. I see it's slightly uneven and I can see where it's uneven and I need to get rid of that. This is my favorite part to watch.
I realized like a couple days ago there's only 4 more months until end war.
I'm not ready for end war in the slightest.
What do you mean?
In any sense of the word. In like mentally, physically, financially, emotionally.
I want to build something new for end war, but I'm like, wait, I have no money.
Seems to be a common problem among modders. So I'm going to see if I can push this block forward just a little bit. Just to kind of line it up where I need it to be. Okay, well that was just too far forward. I wonder if I can put a bit of a bevel on here so it like sinks into place. Like a bit of a slope so it like locks in. I think I want to do that. So my plan right now is if I can put a little bit of a slope on one of these edges and then sink it in like that, what's going to happen is when I push this in, it will kind of lock it in there. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but so I'm going to see if I can put a bit of a slope on this without killing my fingers already more than I have. I think I asked before a glass construct time lapse. That's literally 117 hours worth of footage, and I ain't going through that. Run a deploy at Endbor and make things interesting. Plan to next year, anyways. Well, see, you say that, and then you realize that this is a once a year thing, and you spent a bunch of money to get here, and then all of a sudden you want to take it a little more seriously because if you die, you turn into a zombie. So if you want to do that, that's fine, but my goal is always get past the first day because these things are set up that you're not supposed to win, right? The humans aren't supposed to win. But if you can get past the first day as a human, I think that pretty much quantifies as a win. I'm pretty sure Peter's just dead. I'm about to call him in a minute. Because he wanted to communicate. I meant as in someone else doing the time lapse. What do you mean? Peter has left the building. He just sent, I'm having issues. Apparently. Okay, let's try to super glue this down right here with this. Everyone loves zombies. Do they though? Especially if you're running away from them. Super glue is perfect for thin, or for situations where it's like some flats up against flats and it's just kind of sliding. Perfect. And so what we'll need to do now, instead of waiting the 5 minutes that this is going to take to freaking go, I can take not that and take this. It's a little kicker. Spray it on there, and the entire freaking head comes out. What did Jalen do? Jalen comes over here once and he ruins everything I own. I swear. What did Jalen do? What did he do? What has he done? I can guarantee that this is Jalen. I don't know what it is, but I know it's Jalen. The entire thing just freaking fell apart. What just happened? BRB, not a problem. I want to have an air blaster and then find some foam brain to shoot it, to shoot in the air. Did you just send me that text message, Jason? Jason? Oh, okay. Jason's having some connection troubles, so he'll be back shortly. Let's try to fix this, because this is the kicker to the super glue, but it just kind of like instantly fell apart, and I'm not quite sure why that did that. I've never seen that before. So I'm a little concerned. It's like sticky on the top as well. I'm assuming it's Jalen's fault. I'll just blame Jason or Jalen because he's not here to defend himself. See if we can clean this up a little bit. Have you tried super gluing it together to fix it? You know, that was my first thought. I'm afraid it's going to get into the sprayer, though. I'll call it the sock monkey. Perfect. I'm sure you can find some sort of stress relieving toy in any shape that you want from like China or something and get a bunch of them. It's still going to be really expensive, but... Okay. That actually worked perfectly. And that is very, very locked in. Cool. And then, boop, pops right out. Perfect. That worked out so well, I'm a little suspicious, and I'm wondering what's going to go wrong now. Because that, like, lined up perfectly where I wanted it to. Now I'm expecting something to blow up. Then I thought about stuffing a blaster into it. And stuffed banana. I might try calling Peter here in a second. Let's call Peter here.
Hello?
Sup, you're on live. You're on speaker. What's up?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm having issues.
Is it Discord or is it you?
Could be both.
Fair. Do you not have like a desktop?
I do. I'm on my desktop, but I'm also on my phone, and for some reason the Discord accounts are not, they're being separated as opposed to being together, which is flipping weird, but whatever.
The only thing I can think of is that you're on push to talk. Have you found that setting in your settings?
I mean, I found it in the settings. Like I said, it just, for some reason, it's making two separate accounts as opposed to one, holding one together, so it's fine. I'll deal with it.
Okay.
And I'll just listen to you. So
You just what?
I'll just listen to you over my phone.
Okay, we can try to figure it out later.
That's cool.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
That's unfortunate. Banana strike. Okay, so now that we've gotten one side of this problem done, we can do this side. I think this side can be a little bit more lenient because that side's like freaking perfect. I'll try to get this one as perfect as I can, but this is also going to be the side that I'm pushing onto this side, so I don't necessarily want it 100% perfect, because then the shell halves might be super difficult to get together. I saw him like mute himself there for a second. Let me make sure that like there's nothing wrong with like the actual, well, there shouldn't be anything wrong with the actual channel because Jason wouldn't have been able to talk otherwise. Make sure all the settings are okay. Sorry guys, curious about this, just want to make sure everything's a-okie day. Do I not have the ability to scroll down? Hold on, let me use my mouse and keyboard. It's gonna be easier at my desk. Give me one sec, guys. Yep, all the settings are okay, so it has to be over on that end. That's weird. Potassium for days. That's funny. You could name it potassium. Question, what's the most effective way to clean the shell from sanding before the painting? Soap and water. Just make sure you get all the soap off. If you use a chip brush to get in all of the little areas, because just because you rinse it, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to take off everything. I personally don't use soap, so I don't have to make sure all of the soap is off. I'm paranoid that some of the soap is going to be left behind. So I just do the rinsing, but I take a chip brush and I go in between all the cracks and crevices, because water alone won't take off the dust. There's too much static there. You have to physically get it off. And then I use the air hose to blow it off, because if you use a towel or something, the particles will get left on there. Wonder if anyone's in Fuzzy Walrus Industries. This thing has just decided that it won't let me scroll. Valor's in the lounge. No, not really. It's alright. Stick in here. Okay. I'm excited to receive your strife parts. It's the last piece to add to my blaster for N-War. Sweet. What color did you get? It's always nice feeling when you finish a blaster. Red. Good deal. Almost there. We are almost there. I'll send you a pic of it on Etsy. Can't wait to see it. I've never had the feeling yet. Like a couple of weeks ago. Okay, now we just need to put a tiny bit of an angle on one of these sides. Let's do this side. Running away. I have no idea who that is. They are currently muted. They sent me a message. I probably shouldn't be in this general chat. It's Peter, however, it's making 2 accounts for some reason. Okay. Why is it doing that? Oh! Oh my god, I totally just kicked Peter. Oh crap, I think I actually just kicked Peter by accident. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. Peter, can you hear me? Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. I'm so sorry. If you can hear me, I'm pretty sure I just kicked you. I don't know if I actually did that or not. I don't know what I hit. He's back in here now, so I didn't ban him. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop messing with that keyboard. I hate that keyboard. You've already seen it. It was a Hyperstrike. I'm sure I have. I'll recognize it once I see it. Peter's having so much troubles. I really don't know what the issue could be. I left. I had to change some things around. It's not you. It's me. Sorry for messing up your live stream. Dude, I really don't care. You didn't mess anything up. Let me see if I can invite you to something. Hold on. Let me see if I can come over here. Add me, Peter. Accepted your friend request. Cool. Now we can... I don't think I can hear properly. Like me here. I don't know if... because it should be making a ringing noise, but I don't hear anything. Playback. Let me test this. Ow, Jesus. Okay, yeah, I can hear. It's probably me, bud. Yeah, I know, but... that's frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna go back and... I'm gonna leave this call and go back in general. Sorry for those of you watching at home. Just having some technical difficulties here and... oh, shoot. And I just kind of want to figure them out. Put that little window back where I had it. Okay, let's get back to the stream, shall we? Man, it's getting hot in here. I have the fan blowing me and everything. It's getting freaking hot. I also have like the hottest room in the house, so that's not a help. It's not evenly sanded. Everybody in the chat still alive? Everybody still good here? Sound off. I guess we've gotten to that point of the night. Let's all watch as Hawkeye talks to himself. I'm alive. Hello, Nick. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect to hear from you. I thought you would have left by now. Okay. I think that's where we want it. I don't know why there was a delay in my speech there, but go with it. Jalen definitely did something to this because there's like crap all on the inside of this. Don't worry, I do it all the time. Same, this Discord thing is annoying me. Try Googling it. Try looking up, see if you're missing something. If you haven't already. I'm just chilling in bed, playing some Pokemon Omega Ruby, hatching an egg, so it's good background. Fair enough. Give it a little bit of kicker. Hopefully this time the thing doesn't blow out. It didn't, so that's a good sign, I think. And Jason lagged out a long time ago, so I guess no chat. Confusing because I'm saying chat for you guys and chat for the audio chat, so my bad. Let's come in with the Dremel. I need to level this a little bit. It was just a little bit proud of the surface there, so level it with the rest of it. There we go. 2 parts anchored in. Hey Vat, what's up? That was Heather, give me 1 sec. Okay. Death by Dremel. Okay, let's check. This one's a little bit proud too. We can level this down. And just finish that up with the file. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. So this side locks in like that. And then this side locks in like that. And that should be rock solid. Nice and secure. Absolutely rock solid. Yes! Ha 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 ha. I'm very happy with that, I must say. That is freaking rock solid. Every direction. I don't know what it'd be. I don't know what would be the topic of discussion, but I could probably hop on Discord for a call right now to help entertain people. Sure. Are you in Fuzzy Walrus Industries? Are you in Wacom's Discord server? Let's hop over to this one. Go to VIP so people aren't gonna bug us. Check, check. No, I barely use Discord. Get on, get on Fuzzy Walrus, and I will promote you to VIP. What do I search for? I'm not exactly sure. Let me invite you. Oh wow, that's interesting. Since I'm in streamer mode, I went to go get the invite link, and it says hidden. Use the copy button, so that people watching my stream wouldn't be able to see it. That's interesting. Alright, let me go to Facebook. I'm gonna send it to you through Facebook. Shit, that's not Facebook. I mean, dang it, that's not Facebook. I hate this friggin' thing. It's way too easy to click. Should be able to join from there. Language, please, yeah. There he is. Haha, what a little noob. I almost gave you Fuzzler Wrangler. VIP Fuzzler. And normal Fuzzler. There you go. Now you should be able to join. I'm in the VIP chat. If you so choose to accept. Yeah, I see you, Nick. I already promoted you. You should be able to join the chat. You has permission. Drum roll, please. I don't know if he'll actually ever join, so. Welcome to my hell that is Discord. So we got a nice fitting on here. Let's move this out of the way here. Just like that. Okay. And we're good to go.
Am I in here?
Oh my god, you scared the crap out of me. It's not giving... Oh, you know what? It's because I'm in streamer mode. It's not giving me... It usually gives me a ding when someone joins, but it's turned off because of the streamer mode, I think.
I'm here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome Nick to the stream. The Pokemon master. He's gonna catch them all.
Because I'm doing this, I can't actually like see what's happening in the live stream because I'm doing this all from my phone. Just chilling in bed.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're not to tell me when people are like gonna tell me to shut the fuck up, or if I'm gonna be saying something too loud.
Yeah, not a problem. I think you're a little bit loud, but I can turn you down here from my end.
Okay. I remember you were saying like the other person, like Jalen or whoever was in, who you were talking to before. You said he was loud, but he was like really quiet in the chat.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if I turn down my. Say something.
Hello.
Oh, I think that does affect it. Do a little bit of talking.
Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
I
Good.
think the people in the chat should just let us know like if I'm good or not. Because I remember before you were saying like the person who was in the chat was loud, but he was just really quiet on stream.
No, you're good. And people know who you are, so.
Awesome.
Everybody, I'm pretty sure like 99% of the people in here also watch your streams as well, so.
Yeah, the 3 times they've happened. I'm known for my consistency, Ben.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, how PG do I need to keep things?
If you let something slip, it's not that big of a deal. Just don't,
Okay.
acknowledge it like I usually do.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure because often I'm bad at keeping.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Cool.
What's up, Jason? Welcome back.
My first reaction whenever I swear is to just swear again.
Beep. Oh, beep. Oh, beep.
Yep.
Hi, Nick.
So
I've
that's
watched
pretty cool.
them. What does that even mean? Hawkeye, could you
This-
start
this
doing
great.
great guest appearances? I mean, we might as well, right?
Yeah. This is the thing now.
It's totally
Where's the interview questions? Come on, Ben. Why aren't you prepared?
I don't know who Nick is. That's Neo saying that, by the way.
Oh, okay. What's up, Neo? Yeah, I see him around.
Oh, it's so
He's always he's one of those loyal followers on like my Instagram or whatever. Like, so I'll post something and he'll be like the first one to like it.
Look how freaking gorgeous that is. I need to move some of these wires out of the way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wires. They're real. Okay, those are just gonna exist there forever. Check
So
out that
even when you're-
profile, though.
Even when you're doing HPA, you're still having to deal with wiring.
Yeah. Click, click, bow. Click, click, blow. Click, click, blow. I need to stop getting distracted because I'm not doing nearly as much as I wanted to.
You're welcome. So I don't know if you saw, but there's this meme circulating,
Uh-oh.
and it was basically, I think the context was, everybody talks about how, all these things will kill you in Australia, and it's like, you know what won't kill you? An assault rifle. So one of the Australian nerfers shared it, and like my first gut reaction was to be like, you know what probably won't kill you in America? HPA.
Or it will because, freaking people using...
Yeah, okay, if you're from like Texas and you don't, care at all, sure, fine.
People using freaking PVC.
Yeah, PVC air tanks, that's always fun.
Well, freaking America, man. Someone's gonna be using them. Start working on the file work for the breach here. It's gotta be fun in the microphone.
Yeah, it's really pleasant. I'm used to it though.
Are you gonna connect back the XBZ holder? Are you gonna connect the XBZ holder to the back of the stock arm? No.
No. I'll answer that for you. No, you're not.
Hello.
Hello,
One
who's
other
this?
person.
Oh, hey Valor, what's up? Valor
Nothing.
Lionheart, everybody.
Just got done with the stream where I finished up my
Wait, before you say anything, anything controversial, or not controversial, what's the word I'm looking for?
Sensitive.
Sensitive, anything sensitive, I'm live streaming right now.
no. I just got done with the stream putting together my ice drive. I'll be rocking over at the more next week.
Sweet. Sounds good. You get that all finished up?
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna put the pictures up in VIP. And mind you, the dark pictures, I have not increased the brightness or anything, so give it time for the pictures.
Not a problem. Tell me when they upload, because I'll look on my phone.
Oh. What are you working on?
I am currently working on my Alfa Snooper. Right now I'm working on the breach, filing down the breach. The lovely sound of brass getting
Pull
rubbed
your
by...
stream so I can watch what you're doing. You're on Twitter, right?
No, I'm on, what's this? YouTube.
Okay.
The U-tublets.
Good job, Ben.
Thanks. My following's already there, so...
Okay. Okay, is it possible to, like, simultaneously stream to both YouTube and Twitch?
Manually.
Setups.
Like, easily?
Probably not. If there is, I don't know about it. I haven't looked into it.
It feels kind of redundant because if you have one following, they would just go to whatever platform.
Trico says, so many good people. I agree, Trico.
Oh, he doesn't know me. This one time, I shot an FPJ
And liked it.
and liked it. I actually have like somebody who's like like I'm pretty open about like, you know, if anybody like ever needs help with anything nerf related, like they can message me for help or whatever. And so I have this one kid who keeps messaging me, like asking for advice. And
the pictures are in VIP now.
Alright, I'll
and
check it
so
out.
I have to I keep trying to convince him to like not use FPJs.
And this is using the body kit that I designed.
There's no point.
Is it in VIP voice or just VIP? Ooh, glowy. That's looking slick.
Thanks.
Is that public info yet? Is that public yet, or?
I just finished it. Like I just finished it on my stream.
Scruffy Nerf order.
So
You know what sounds amazing through speakers? The filing slash sanding of brass.
See, I don't know how to use technology, so I'll just take your word for it that it's that looks really good. So good job.
I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit rough. I've been streaming for like the past couple hours or so, and just kind of having to talk a bunch.
No, not a
So
problem.
your first reaction was to jump into a new one.
Well, I didn't realize you were streaming. I just saw that you were in VIP, so I thought I'd say hello.
The
I
VIP,
gotcha.
as we call it. We don't call it that, I promise. Oh, ooh, that was a good sound.
Yeah, but, the battery door side of the shell, like, the first time I painted it with the glow paint, it didn't work out that well, so I had to sand it down and then completely redo it.
Did you just sand that down by hand?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Are we on stream right now?
Yeah, we're on stream.
Yes,
What's up,
we are.
Kelly? This is Kelly Nerfer in the stream now.
Hello.
Hi, I'm new here.
He really is, though.
Oh, hey, Nick.
Hey. Yeah, I was like, I think I have a Discord. Let me see how this works.
Still figured it out faster than Peter. Love you, Peter.
Solid.
Okay, my voice should sound a little bit better now.
Amazing as always.
It's pretty much the same. But it's always
I don't
amazing,
get what
so.
people like about my voice, seriously. Like, people always tell me I have a nice voice, but...
You're right,
It's
I don't
like
get it either.
warm and
Damn.
comforting, like caramel and red velvet.
People tell me I sound a bit like Captain Xavier a bunch.
Maybe a little.
I feel like he's very
I
unique.
guess it kind of, like whenever I say certain things.
If you
Oh,
like it,
that
then you
man.
should put a K26 in it.
Apparently, I'm East Coast J-Lo.
So many callouts today. Yes. Yes, indeed. So many people, I like it. Do you guys like this this form of chatterificness, or do you guys prefer? I think I like
No,
this a little bit better. This
No,
is a little
it's bad. Stop what you're doing.
just terrible. Just get out of here. I feel like it's inevitable that I'm just going to end my life on this brass. I'm just going to slip. It's going to cut my ligaments open, and I'm just going to pass out.
Working with brass is one of my least favorite things to do.
Why is that?
Well, it's like, number one, it's like really sharp. And
It's like sharp and
like,
stuff. Ow! That was my
Yeah.
file, not the brass.
uh-huh,
Poke myself.
Okay, sure. Anyways, it's also like, so you can Dremel it, and then you have to be really careful with it, like,
Or it'll
so it
eat your
doesn't
bits.
skip. Yeah. And you can't use pipe cutters because the walls are so thin that it's just gonna like bend in. So it's like.
Well, you can
have no-
flare it back out.
You say that, and I've attempted that, but it's never like returned to what it would be if it was.
You
know,
flare
just
it you
fresh
flare it
ends.
back out, and then you take a piece of like aluminum or something, and then you roll it back and forth like this so it's flat,
Mhm.
and you can get it down to the perfect size.
I might have to try that. I don't know. It's always obnoxious.
It is.
I need to get a pan and tilt head, like for my boom arm.
For your
That
what?
way I
Poo?
can get better angles on my workbench for streams.
Hmm.
Here's one on Amazon for like $20. Maybe. I just need a cheap one that works well enough.
Back.
Sup?
Had to take the garbage cans out and it's raining.
It's
Sorry.
raining blasters, hallelujah.
Look
Yeah.
in VIP.
Alright. Ooh.
Still a little sharp on the inside.
I have not increased the brightness of those photos at all, the ones in the dark.
Oh, those are glow in the dark parts or paint or something?
That is Stuart Semple's Lit,
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
That's nice.
and
Very
the body
nice.
kit that I designed.
It's so lit.
At
Yeah,
least
that's
when it
pretty
comes
nice.
to at least when it comes to the front end pieces, like the angled foregrip is a caliber and foregrip. The stock piece is a sling fire stock with an adapter, and the barrel is I think it's called the Dracogen barrel. I found it on Thingiverse and I really liked it. It's sort of sci-fi aesthetic.
I'm not sure if I like the look of the sling fire stock like that, but it doesn't look too bad anyway.
Well, in its sort of rifle-like form, it's kind of meant to look a little bit like a sci-fi Tommy gun, especially
Oh
with
yeah,
that
I
drum.
suppose that's fair.
Okay, I've made up my mind. The best thing to bevel brass is a sharp knife.
I love using utility blades. They're so useful.
Yeah, I've got a big pack of razor blades that I keep specifically for things like that.
I mean, I use them for things like sanding too. Like
Yeah,
just running.
scraping it smooth and everything.
Oh my god, so useful.
I
I don't
need to
understand
get a
people who
brush.
just
Hold on.
try and sand things relentlessly when you could just use a flat edge with the utility blade and go back and forth and scrape.
I designed this kit to look really good in all sorts of different configurations. Like, it looks really good as a rifle, it looks good as a pistol, and then it also looks really good as an SMG, just with the pistol like muzzle brake thing with like a Praxis stock or whatever, or one of those adjustable HK 416 stocks that Worker sells.
Yeah. It's a nice looking build, I have to say.
Well, a little bit off topic, but I was in my my blueprint reading class, and no, not my blueprint grade. I was basic machining, and
Yeah.
we were talking about different how to read the wheels for grinders, and like he was like saying something about abrasion and stuff, and he like pointed to something that was like this is like the what the abrasion is and stuff, and I was like, so that has nothing to do with sarcasm? And he just looked at me, and I could hear the eyes rolling behind me. I was like, I'm real proud of myself.
Be proud.
You're in college now or something? Okay.
In college
For
again,
Wow.
machining. I already have my Associates of Arts.
Yeah, you can make a good amount of money as a machinist.
Not concerned. I just like
Damn.
doing it.
Wow.
Nice knife, thank you. Benchmade, Griptilian. This is the G10 version.
I have a Kershaw Leak that I really like.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're nice and
Get it,
small. It's got a
leaks?
little flipper on the back so I can open it with one hand.
Are leaks good?
Hold an edge pretty
Okay.
well.
Leaks good, like the food leaks.
The edge of the blade is fairly straight, so quite handy for things.
That's a nice knife. Okay.
That's so
I know you're
smooth. Look
known
at
for
that.
like always having nice knives because Texas or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you use to grind out the breech?
What I started with was a cutoff wheel, which I don't know where it is, but I just kind of cut it out that way, and then remove the bulk of the material. You can use your sanding drum to start grinding it down a little bit, but if you dig into it immediately, it'll just freaking cut right through your grinding wheel. So you kind of have to like let the grinder do the work, or let the bit do the work, and just kind of go slowly, and it will eventually get there. But then I finish it up with hand files.
I have a couple just drill bits that I've been using for things like brassing, things like knife finders and stuff. They seem to work pretty well, like in the hand. Like I hold the drill bit in a pair of vice grips, and then I'll use a gloved hand and just kind of gently twist the breech piece on there and everything, and it kind of works. Everything I have to do a little bit of cleanup and everything, but it works pretty well considering I don't have a drill with a big enough chuck to actually hold those drill bits in, so I just kind of have to do it by hand.
You know what the best freaking thing I've ever bought is? 9/16 reamer and a 17/32 reamer. I can now fit brass in anything. It's freaking
Reamer,
perfect.
not drill, boys.
Have you I mean, so in terms of like drilling things out, like barrels or whatever, to fit 9/16 brass, like you can take a drill bit and just plunge it in. Like usually, like it grabs onto the plastic a lot. However, someone just mentioned that you could probably just put the bit in reverse and it'll like eat away less material and not grab on. Have you guys experimented with that before?
I've done that with like other things, but I generally wouldn't recommend it because and especially with plastic, it just ends up making a lot of heat more than anything else.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's
But
Yeah, and the
also
plastic thing
a
is
lot of
worse than
people
it
don't
sounds.
have access to, well, never mind. I was going to say access to a machine that can go in reverse, but then I just realized, well, hand power drill or
Yeah.
whatever. But like,
Yeah.
if you're using a freaking power drill, I'm judging you. But
I'm looking at a reamer from Grizzly Industrial.
vacuum
it's
sounds.
only $50.
I love being the streamer in the chat because then I can just like make all the noise I want. It's like, sorry, I'm streaming. I don't have a choice.
pretentious.
I'm looking at a reamer from Grizzly Industrial that has a 7/16
You got it,
shank,
Peter.
so that I could fit that in my
Hey,
my hand
Phoenix.
drill. So I'm gonna have to look into getting myself a set of these.
And then, because this is
That would
the
be easier for myself.
this is the caliber and barrel material. I promise this is gonna start popping up where people are using barrels and then freaking drilling it out and sitting brass in there so they can make a breach. Watch, I bet you anything it's gonna start happening. But I got the I don't even know if you can see it, but there's a tiny little lip on the inside of there, about 2.5 inches in. You can barely see it on this side, right there. It's gonna be delayed for you guys,
Yeah, I
but
can see it.
and then that just fits in just like that. Freaking perfect.
Yeah, I do need to
And then the side doesn't fit at all.
I need to do a better sort of dart fit on my Caliburn because some darts are just way too loose.
And then what I'm probably going to do is ream out this side to 9/16, and then I can put a removable scar barrel on there.
What I'd like to try doing is just since his files are open source, just change the files a little bit so it'll fit a different barrel material that works better. Like say have it be fit for CPVC with brass, like kind of fit inside of it, and have it so it fits perfectly in there.
Yeah.
How much was that reamer?
Oh, hey Phoenix. That's Phoenix. Searing Phoenix, by the way. I can't hear when people join because I'm in streaming mode. But the 17/32 reamer was $24. The 9/16 reamer, however, was freaking $40. But I didn't want to get a cheap one.
Yeah, but they'll last you a lifetime.
I was
Exactly.
looking at,
Exactly. I got all American stuff, so I got some good ones.
Yeah, and it's not like you need super high quality ones. You could get the cheap Chinese high-speed steel ones, and they'd be good enough for what we're using them for.
I was looking at the ones from Grizzly Industrial, and they're like $15 each for
Yeah,
both.
I mean, they don't need to be high quality. They're cutting. Isn't the barrel material aluminum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to get the
like
higher
with your
quality ones.
can. Yeah.
I
mean,
got the machining ones. Also, if you're looking to getting a reamer, there is a difference between reamers meant to be used with machines and reamers meant to be used by hand. Generally, they'll have like a square bit on the shaft if it's meant for hand. Do not use those in a machine because they will break.
Yeah, they're not meant for collets.
I had to.
The flutes are cut differently and they'll snap if you use them.
I was doing some volunteer machining work for my first robotics team, and so I was on the Bridgeport, and I was having to ream by hand 1 1/8 inch holes.
That sounds fun.
And it was like through like just aluminum block, and it was the most miserable thing that I've ever done. because I had to do it on both
Yeah.
sides, and then I had to do that for about 10 pieces, and it took me probably like 10 hours because I had to do it by hand.
That sucks.
Yeah, but fortunately
Flashbacks.
you're only reaming like what, 2 inches of material, and you're taking off like a 32nd of an inch.
Oh my god. It was so bad.
You're making me want to do HPA. Stop it.
Look how pretty that is. Look how
Shut
freaking
up.
gorgeous that is.
Shut up.
And it's a freaking normal breach. It's not a reverse breach.
We're on
Freaking
the
love
wrong
it.
server for me to server mute you.
Look at
Damn
this.
I always get upset when I see pretty HPA builds. Just I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool. I can never build one of those ever.
Totally
I
worth
mean-
the investment.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
right now,
I-
just this, as I was testing this, just like this, was averaging 205. It never hit below 200.
At what pressure?
60.
It's not
Okay,
even
so
like
that's even with some headroom.
Yeah, that's like the
So you
normal.
go
That's like the
like-
normal because people. Some guy I saw made like an XBZ something, and he went to go chronograph, and he's like, "I have this at 75 or 70 psi or whatever." And I'm like, "Ain't no way you're running that at 70 though." So like, freaking show what you're gonna be freaking running it at. Piss me off.
Yeah. But I mean, you could nudge that up to probably about 250.
how does your do you play on private land, or are your just cops just really chill?
We have chill cops, and also the way the park is set up. If you're looking at it from the above view, got like the block. It's a bunch of walkways where people can jog and stuff. It's like all mixed up and stuff. And then deep in the back pocket right here, like if this is the street over here, you got like a little back pocket here, and it's hidden behind a bunch of stuff, and that's where we play. So it's really, really far out of the way. So you'd kind of have to be on the jogging path to even see us. But
just as a heads up, so this is something I bought for a totally separate issue. I bought some to line my spray booth with, but you can get the like cheap plastic signage. Like I got a stack of 10 of them for like $20, and you could just write on it and get like yard signs essentially and put them up around in your space that say, hey, by the way, this is a Nerf war. Like, if you see people running around with things that look like guns, they're probably not guns, we promise.
yeah, that's
Every
true.
year at APOC, we have a visit from the cops.
Yeah, I mean, and if you've got big events, you should be calling the police before you have your event.
Yeah. Also,
And telling them, hey, we're having this event at this space at this time with these people. Here are the people organizing it. We're happy to sit down and chat on the phone, schedule an in-person meeting, whatever we want to do to make you guys feel comfortable with the fact that, you know, we're going to be running around with things that look like guns from 50 feet or 100 feet. Like, whatever you have to do to be on the up and up with your law enforcement is 100% worth it.
Talk to them, bribe them, suck their peepees.
No, don't do that. That's not
my
legal.
innocence. My innocence. No.
And reports to
And on that
Demonetized.
bombshell, kiddos, I think I am going to be hopping on.
Demonetized.
I'm going to be hopping off so I can possibly get a little bit of video record for this build, so I can actually have it maybe up in the morning or something.
Yeah, no
Valerie,
problem.
your paint jobs are awesome, by the way.
Thanks.
I really dig that the case hardening one you did. That was really slick. It makes me sad that I have an airbrush sitting in my closet that I have not found the time.
Dig it out, man.
I have not found the time.
Yeah, I
and
have
effort
one.
to
I
get
just
with
haven't
it.
used it. I haven't used it. If you
I
guys if you
recommend-
guys if you guys don't know Valor Lionheart, he's a cool guy. He has an Instagram. Look him up, Valor Lionheart. He's also on Twitch. He live streams some
And
of
on
his
our
builds and stuff.
In
So
all sorts of relevant places.
yeah, look anywhere and you'll see him.
But yeah, like, dig it out, man. Like, Createx Wicked Colors are good.
who did the American Strife. That was so cool.
It kind of accidentally happened that way. Like, it was a commission for one of my patrons, Mr. Sonic.
Gotcha.
He likes red and blue, so I was like, okay, I'll do a red to blue fade and everything. I was like, oh, I'll also add the stripe back in silver and everything, and then all of a sudden I accidentally murked.
So Nick, check this out. I don't know if you've seen this, but I was carving out for like this and the stuff, and without anything else, just freaking friction fits on there. And once I put everything together, there's no play in any of the parts.
Yeah, it's insane the
beautiful.
fit you've got on
Freaking zero play on this. Freaking love it.
I like the way that you used the suicide dart guide, the suicide dart piece that's slick. I didn't notice that the first time when I was looking at it the other night, but that's really slick.
Ben, is
Alright,
this
guys.
gonna...
Talk to you later.
See ya.
I'll be around if
I
you need
mean,
me.
I am not shy about saying that I have the disposable income to. I'm lucky with the job that I have that gives me disposable income. I could front the money for HPA, but I sadly don't nerf enough.
But it's just
Same.
so fun.
Same.
Dude, I haven't
Look at that.
gone to a nerf event since End War, and I don't plan on going to another event until End War.
Look at that. Look at
What's
that.
What,
End
other
War?
games in your area just not good anymore?
Look at this
Oh.
thing fits so this fitting right here fit up against this tube so tightly that I had to cut out. I don't know if you can see that, but I had to cut a flat on that little blue part.
How are you planning on connecting the back of the plunger or tank to your main supply? Is there just gonna be a thing running?
Just straight across here. The line can go. Well, this isn't long enough, but the line will go straight back into
Okay,
here.
so you're just gonna have an exposed line.
I'll probably end up covering it with like a U-shaped 3D printed piece eventually, but
Is there enough room there that you could cut out one of the stock adapters and then fit a stock over it to cover it?
stock adapter.
Like one of the phone.
He's getting a phone call. So if you're just joining the stream, we are in voice chat. We have Callie Nerfer. We have Nick Arari, also known as Nick Marvin. He does a bunch of cool stuff. And we also have Searing Phoenix from the subreddit, moderator there. So, but welcome to the stream if you're just joining us. I should be working on this more than I currently am, but I'm too busy communicating with human beings to bother.
And oh no, I'm not even gonna go there.
It's probably for the best. I don't know where that was going, but it's probably for the best.
I was gonna reference your top persuading techniques.
Yeah. That's probably best if we leave that one be. I'm working on a scar barrel for my recon. Sweet. What kind of scar barrel are you planning on putting there? Hey Ben, long time no see, buddy. Hey Carlos, what's up? Haven't seen you in a stream in a while. Good to see you. You're just showing off. Let's be real here. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is coming out really well. I'm really happy with how this is coming out. Oh, don't know if you know, but obviously, I'm calling this Alfa Snooper. Spelled with a ALF. Alpha Snooper. And I'm also painting it blue, gray, and white. Light blue, gray and white. And white primary, secondary, and tertiary is gray and blue.
Oh, hey, Sonic.
And I'm also... Hey, what's up, Sonic? Mr. Sonic has joined us. He's a moderator in Fuzzy Walrus Industries. Good friend.
Are you streaming or something?
Yes, we're streaming.
Shit.
And so I'm going to paint it those colors, and then I'm going to ironically paint it in the Borderlands style. So with like the cell shading and stuff. You know how like that got so popular after Rob from SBNC?
Cell shading, it's the
It's basically people were taking Sharpie and like tracing all of the lines with their blasters because Rob from SBNC made his trudgeon and everybody wanted to do that. So for a couple months that was the thing to do with your blaster, and it became so popular it was basically a meme. And everybody got super sick of it, so I'm going to ironically paint mine with a Borderlands style, even though I've never played Borderlands.
You are going to be painting this?
Yes, eventually. I just want to get it working for mid-March, the war.
Gotcha.
But
So I completely missed on what you were saying. What type of theme, like color-wise, are you picking for?
White primary, gray, and light blue secondary.
Okay.
I'll have some blue LEDs in there, but I'm going to put some cell shading on it, like the Borderlands style, to ironically feed it into its personification as Alpha Snooper.
You're so edgy.
Yeah, I know. I've never done like a silly blaster before, so the internals are serious, but the rest of it's silly. Hey people, hey, what's up?
I have a hard time believing that you believe that's a silly blaster, because it's just not.
Well,
it's gonna good, but it's silly.
The internals are super serious, and then everything else about it is super silly.
Yeah, so like you haven't used a deploy yet.
The Alpha Snooper boys.
I have no idea, Neo.
See, like you're the type of person. Like I understand, because I'm the type of person that like tries to be silly, but still like it's trying hard on the inside.
I'm trying hard to make it silly.
It
is the word you're looking for?
Hard to have fun.
Yeah.
Neo, on an Eclipse cage, I can tell you right now, a Scar barrel, this is not from personal experience, but I will tell you now, it will most likely hinder performance before it does anything else.
If that's even possible with a Eclipse cage.
Neo, if you put a... Sorry, I was still reacting to that. Neo, if he uses a Scar barrel on an Eclipse cage, I think he'll just like wake up, fill out of like a dead sleep, and then he'll just come over there and slap you.
Out of
Don't use
dead
Scar barrels.
sleep?
Dead sleep.
Fucking come back from the dead if somebody 200 years from now did that.
What are you talking about? Phil is Phil won't die. He's always gonna be around producing open source parts.
He'll make a high crush flywheel cage and fly himself in the opposite direction of which the Earth is rotating and turn back time so he never dies.
This is kind of turned from a let's build to a let's just communicate and sit here while Hawkeye does absolutely nothing.
So do you...
Hawkeye does things?
On that note, do you guys know that it's actually like illegal to own Nerf blasters in New Jersey?
It's actually what?
Illegal to own Nerf blasters in New Jersey.
Why is that?
The law, like it's just like I think some are written in some laws, like like air powered blasters. Well,
I will have to talk to my buddy from New Jersey about that.
But it's never been enforced because they're Nerf.
Soviet is in New Jersey and he has Nerf blasters at his college, I think.
Well, obviously they're a thing. It's never been enforced, but it's funny that law is actually like in effect there.
Existent.
Soviet's not New Jersey.
Yeah, he's on the West Coast.
Isn't he in Russia?
Clever, Nick. We never saw that coming.
I'm so funny. Where's my laugh track? What are you guys doing?
Rip me then. I'm in New Jersey. Phil's in New Jersey apparently. Phil future.
Yeah, I mean like we host Epoxy in New Jersey every year. Like people are starting at the NENC or whatever the hell it's called in New Jersey.
Nerf Club.
Yeah, my friends are doing that. They're like, "This is a good idea." I'm like, "Okay."
I'm actually gonna be hopefully going to the next SENC war, the one down in the one here in Georgia. I'm supposed to be going to that one next Saturday and Sunday, but I don't know at this point. I hope I do.
Just wear protection.
So we have a little bit of we have a little bit of a gap down here. I kind of half expected that to happen, but what we're going to do here is we're going to get some polycarbonate up in this business, and we'll glue that in place so that this has a firm sitting on here and it's not going to rock back and forth. And it's also a little bit thicker than the handle, kind of unavoidable. Definitely better than it was because it was like this much thicker than the handle freaking before. So we will also take the plate and stack it up. I think I need a little bit more than this 16th inch polycarb here, but we will take a plate here and build that up just a little bit as well. Probably just go with the shape of the handle here and just like cut it out and then Dremel it to whatever we need to do, but...
Hey, Sonic, can you
What?
give that Mega Joey guy puzzler? He's my
Yeah,
friend.
sure. So you vouch for him, pretty much?
Yep.
Nice.
So if he goes awry, we can kick you?
Well, no, we'll demote him.
I thought you got like one chance though, and I've never done anybody who wasn't, you
No.
know.
No. You're an exception to the rule. We kick. Okay, so we're going to rough cut this. Ha! Rough cut! We're gonna rough cut this to
Bad joke.
dimensions that we want.
I'm gonna be honest, you beat me to it. I was about to do that same thing. Because I am like that.
And it's coming through right here. Put that right there. I'll just give us like a base guideline here. I'm just gonna run this bandsaw really quick, so rip ears. People in Discord, this is gonna affect you more than the stream, so you might want to brace yourselves.
I'm taking my headphones out. My headphones back.
That oddly sounds like a friend of mine.
Okay. We're good.
You
So-
shouldn't be friend. If that sounds like they're streaming, you shouldn't be friends.
You should
with
call a
them.
doctor.
Probably should. Thoughts on afterburners? They're still incredibly useful, no matter how high power of a cage you can get. Except in like super high crush scenarios, you're gonna want an afterburner.
I
Literally.
wanna hear Nick's opinion on them before I give mine.
There's literally no point to them.
Since
Literally
he
no
likes,
point.
since he doesn't like them, I love them.
Ugh. It's
Hey,
okay.
what we're talking about?
Afterburners, there's literally no point to them. You want an FPS? Okay, you pick a cage and set up with that FPS. You don't want to have an extra 2 motors and draw like all that much more from your battery. That are complete waste and completely inefficient.
You're inefficient.
Depends on your scenario and sizing.
Dremel warning!
When Hawkeye said Dremel warning, my brain auto-corrected it to blender warning, and I thought Hawkeye was making a smoothie. I have a weird mind.
A beautiful mind, you could say.
I can vouch for his weird mind.
For
It's
those of
not
you
weird,
who, for those of you who don't know, that was a reference to something.
Probably like a movie title or something, I would guess.
Good guess. Should I just sand that off? Yes. Oh,
Got it, so I piss you all off and make an afterburner drink.
I mean, like, it's not gonna piss me off. I'm just gonna be disappointed in you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like, I would be too. I would be disappointed in you for making a Raven at all in the first place. And then second, for adding an afterburner onto that Raven.
I understand
Well,
if
Callie,
you're like,
that's because your opinion is wrong.
I understand if you're using a Raven because there's so much drag in the barrel there. But then again, you're using a Raven, so I don't really feel too bad.
I've got a Busby Brute that's been sitting on my fucking bench for like a week and a half now, just open. I got a OFP high crush cage in there, some Fang revamps. I have everything ready to go, but I'm just like, nah. On
Okay.
Join the
actually
crowd,
fully
mate.
assembling it.
You're
I
talking
have
to
like 50 blasters open on my desk.
the. I was trying to say you're talking to the person who has like who has had like cut open crossbows and like white out long strikes, like just chilling.
I lost count of my strife parts a long time ago.
Yeah, for real.
That's because you make them professionally.
I have so many strife, like default strife parts in a one giant, or not one, it's actually like 4 or 5, but in giant Ziploc bags. It's not even freaking funny.
Isn't standard Nerf parts ABS plastic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, damn it.
In almost every case.
Except for
it's
some
awesome.
triggers which are nylon
And the jam door in the strafe isn't one. The flywheels are one.
Yeah, that actually really annoys me because there are some things like the jam door which I wouldn't have.
most likely nylon.
Yeah, which I wouldn't have to paint, but because they aren't ABS, like I can't paint them, you know.
I can.
And then I
Why
have to,
you
like,
order Hawkeye parts?
Yeah, I was about to say, then I'd have to throw money at people who cast parts like them.
Woo!
That way too much.
Rolling in Nick's money.
I was gonna say,
Pretty much.
how much money have I thrown at you yet?
Nick
At
and
least
Phoenix's.
$5.
At least 5. I think that's fair.
At least $5.
See, I used to buy so much from Hawkeye that
Sorry,
people
sorry
used to
about
joke about me being like the #1 person who bought the most from his store.
It was always Nick.
Yeah,
Nick
it
just
was always
doesn't buy
Nick,
from the
Wow,
store.
okay.
Second
Nick-
was
See how it
Phoenix.
is.
Nick bulk orders in Facebook chat.
Yeah, I do. I'm just like, yo Ben, throw me parts.
I need
Throw
a
me
I need a
parts and you just
I need a
throw
couple of
fucking
these and a
stock
couple of
straight at 'em.
these and a couple of these and
What's your PayPal?
No, but here's something that I was thinking. If you had the right know-how for it, there are the filament recyclers for 3D printing. It's mainly meant for failed 3D prints, but I'm pretty sure you could just throw a bunch of Nerf parts in there and get a perfect color representation. But then I'm remembering the whole issue of some types of plastic require you to add more of new plastic if you want to recycle it to keep rigidity and such.
if you added a clear plastic, it shouldn't affect anything.
Also
Nick
consider the
doesn't
fact that
have producer fuzzler.
Who? What?
Did we just lose?
Nick.
Oh no, we're good.
also
what now?
consider
He only has VIP, not producer.
Who?
Nick, the guy in chat.
Oh,
hello.
link your YouTube channel.
What?
Most of the time, producer puzzlers are high-profile people that have YouTube channels.
I have, like,
He
600
doesn't have a
subs.
YouTube, or he doesn't have
Oh.
a major YouTube channel as far as I know.
Hawkeye,
No.
is he clear for producer?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'm getting all these like things that I won't actually ever use. Because literally the only reason I logged on to my Discord is so I could join this chat.
Now the only reason why you'll
Nice.
log on is because you have producer. Problem solved.
I wish I cared that much. Honestly, I've been so disinterested with this hobby in general.
Ow!
lately, it's
I
bad.
just totally just
so
sanded
bad.
straight.
Yeah, not a lot
pressing
is
on
happening
my
right
finger.
now in the hobby.
It's not
Guys.
even that, it's just burnout.
That's fair.
Guys, you can get customized.
Did you just assume
Nerf
my
darts
gender?
with- Yes.
Yeah.
You can get customized Nerf darts
Nerf guns.
from
Yeah,
you
we-
get
we saw. It's old
3,000
news.
for $85, and you get to completely customize it.
Yeah, I saw that. It's cute, but like not useful.
I kind of want to get it just so I can have my logo on it.
Of course you do.
Make them FEJs, just so whenever you shoot somebody, they'll know who the dick was.
I should
Nah,
get
I
some made and
probably
it's
think
just
I'd
say,
agree.
"You what, mate?" When I shoot someone. So we're making little
Now, the only-
plates back here, and that's just going
Now the
to
only
add that space that we
question
need.
is, how do they contact you on what how do they contact you on like what you
It's
want?
China. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
It's a very good
I'll
question.
get a message on WeChat.
You
I
order
don't
pot?
even have it.
I can say that racistly because I'm Chinese, so
That's how it works.
it really is.
It is.
You order pot? Mr. Sonic?
Ooh.
Please, I prefer to go by daddy.
I'm not gonna say that while Hawkeye is streaming.
Constant filing. And nobody can say, oh god, mute your mic while you're working, because you're on stream.
It's a gift.
Yep.
Why is this marker going bad? Did I accidentally swap these out? Because one of these markers is like half bad. Okay, this is the good one. I don't know how that got swapped out. Let's not lose that.
Reverse werewolf. Turn into the moon when you see a wolf and posts a picture of UA and Sokka.
That's fine. Hey, what's up,
Response,
Marcus?
"You,
What's going
I
on?
hate you."
Sorry, I've been kind of ignoring the chat here. I'm still reading you guys. I'm just not reading it out loud. If for those of you who have just tuned in, we have Cali Nerfer here. He's done some things. He's been featured on Out of Darts stuff
I've done
before.
something. Yeah.
Something. Mr. Sonic, he's a moderator here at Fuzzy Walrus Industries, which is where we're communicating on Discord.
Hi.
And
Hawkeye's above me, but he just has me here because I could exist.
and we have Nick Arari, Nick Marvin. He's done some pretty good work. He also has a YouTube channel. And we also have Searing Phoenix, who just left and was muted and deafened. He was muted and deafened, and I was just about to acknowledge that he was muted and deafened for a while now. And as I was saying that, he left. So,
Don't subscribe to me. I don't upload
We
videos.
don't have Searing Phoenix.
everybody go subscribe to Nick Arari.
No, please
He's
don't. I
promised.
don't upload
He's
videos.
promised to upload a couple videos this week, and he's also
Oh,
doing a
gosh.
giveaway.
Oh, kill me.
My YouTube channel is dead and has been dead.
And
for
if
the
you
longest
don't,
time.
if you don't see anything, make sure you spam him messages and ask him where his content is.
See, if you want, I can just live stream me studying for my free finals next week.
For-
Not even finals.
For those of you who are wearing headphones, you might want to turn me down just a little bit because I'm about to use the bandsaw here, and it gets a little bit loud. So, brace yourselves.
Oh, that's not bad.
That could have been bad. No, I went to go grab it and I pushed it back into the bandsaw blade and it jumped.
Nice.
Nice job.
Okay, we're good.
We can't all be social.
Who's
like
playing Mario Kart?
Me.
Oh, nice
Specifically
switch.
Mario Kart 8, yes, on my Switch.
Also, Ben,
Oh,
I've been
that's-
meaning to ask, what are you doing to school for right now?
Machining.
That's hot.
Because
would you
mechanical
think
engineering is
else?
boring.
It's not
Yeah,
boring, it's just math
All
intensive.
numbers.
You don't get to do anything fun.
Yeah, but you get paid.
You get paid for doing other things too. Sonic, what the hell is that?
It's
We're on a
Mario Kart.
We're on a stream. Freaking mute it.
Okay, Jesus.
Sorry, we're streaming.
I mean, I would have told you to mute it the same exact way, even if we weren't streaming, but
Dude, you told me to mute it if it was like my mother violently getting murdered in the background.
well, you can freaking mute your mic if she's getting violently murdered in the background. Now, can't you?
Oh my gosh.
This is good. I'm working on this again. This is good. This is the way it's meant to be.
Snooper, dude.
Dremel warning.
Ah, shit.
Are you wearing your headphones right now, Hawkeye? Or
Yep.
what?
Headphones.
Well, I suppose I should have guessed, given that your mic quality was still the same.
Don't be disappointed, but I got a gap filling with popsicle sticks.
Aren't those, like,
gonna
wood?
kill you. They are
Yeah.
wood.
Yes, a popsicle stick is wood.
If
Kylie
you start,
Harper has learned something today.
if you're talking to Hawkeye and you start the conversation with "Don't be disappointed," but I am going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
Hawkeye-
It has nothing to do with that,
Hawkeye
but
is always disappointed.
it has nothing to do with that. But I can't stand when people are like, "What's your?" Not including your favorite blaster. What's your favorite blaster? Like that kind of question, and it's like, no.
Yeah,
But-
it's still my
That
favorite
doesn't. Yeah,
blaster.
that doesn't exist. Just because you don't want it to happen, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just straight up tell people no. If Nick has promised to start uploading videos again if he gets enough likes on his videos, and he will be watching out for that. So make sure you guys go drop some likes on Nick's videos so that
I mean, Wacom kind of needs the likes too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, everybody go dislike bomb my videos.
Careful, they'll do
I
it.
know-
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
be careful. There's people in this community that are actively dislike bombing people.
Even after my quote-unquote good work, Hawkeye is still disappointed in me. Well, see, like it always starts with something. Like you're working on something and you put a lot of work into it and you're tired and you're exhausted and you just want to get this thing done, and then it happens. You have to do something, and you have a choice. You can either do a ton more work, and that's always discouraging,
And do it
or
the right way.
and do it the right way, or you can half-ass it and take the cheap route. And people always take the cheap route. Always. People
Because
always
it's just
freaking
smooth, right?
because they're just tired of doing that. But the problem is, you start compromising, and it's like, oh well, I can compromise here. Oh well, I can compromise here. Oh well, I can compromise here. And then people's blasters don't come out the way they want, and they wonder why their blasters didn't come out when they started out so strong. And that's the reason why.
I love when people screw up their paint job royally and it just looks like the Sahara Desert, and they're like, I actually kind of like it. It's a unique flair, and I'm just like, no, you ruined your paint job. You're just trying to rationalize it because you're too lazy to redo it.
Yeah, the
Strife
paint job
is
thing
my favorite
gets me.
blaster. Second favorite is going to be the Sledge Fire.
You're so
I
basic.
thought it would be Hyperfire,
The Hyperfire sucks.
Yeah, the Hyperfire sucks.
to be honest. Wait, old school Hyperfire or current
Both.
school Hyperfire?
Yeah, both suck,
I mean,
to be
fair
honest.
Throw in
Callie,
some
we
PT
both
thing.
know if Hawkeye said told you to jump off a bridge, you fucking do it.
I mean,
Fucking
No,
lie.
I genuinely share that stuff.
it's a terrible blaster, so it would make sense that multiple people agree that it's a terrible blaster because
Yeah, it's
you know,
undeniably a
blaster.
terrible blaster, to be honest.
There's also that fact that it's like terrible.
I'm just gonna play Mario Kart.
I'm playing Pokemon, man. Get on the level.
Dude, I have Alpha Ruby on my 3DS, but I haven't like booted it yet because I'm one of those guys where I'm either in a Pokemon mood or I'm not, and 90% of the time I am not. Shit.
Yeah,
Oops.
I only played on special occasions. Like, I always get like cravings to play Pokemon because of my childhood, but I don't play religiously. Like, it's just a hobby for me.
Same.
Yeah, I don't like new generation very much.
Oh my
So
god.
that's why I haven't been playing.
I'll stick with Johto, where like the second
Okay.
generation of Pokemon in Silver.
Everybody-
Those
everybody hold up.
are good. Everything after that is
Okay.
just stupid.
Callie, please
Yep.
don't tell me you are a Gen 1er that's like born in like 2003 or some shit like that.
No, I didn't play Gen 1.
Okay. Because I swear to God, I see so many
Most
people
recent
who
I
are
played
like,
was Black and White 2.
okay, because like the most, I see way too many people that are like 15 years old and they're like, Gen 1 was the best, that's what I grew up with, there's nothing
You weren't even
better."
alive when Gen 1
And I'm
was.
just like,
Yeah,
and
seriously.
I'm just like, please, do me a favor. And fucking-
Yeah, my older brother used to play Gen 1.
I grew up with Gen 1, but like Gen 2 came out and they were actually thought through Pokemon and they were freaking awesome. And then they started after that, then they started coming out with like freaking Clink and Clank and Clunk, and it was like 1 gear, 2 gear, 3 gear, and you're like, are you freaking kidding me?
Okay, but like my argument. Okay, it's funny, but like at the same time, my argument for anybody who says like I don't like it when they make like a garbage Pokemon, I'm like, okay, but like what the hell do you like call muck? That's literally a pile of like muck.
It's a pile of anthropomorphic garbage.
I mean, there's
that, and then there's a freaking pair of keys. That's a Pokemon, and you can't argue with me and tell me that that's better.
Please tell me they did
Or
that
even the same. You cannot tell me that's the same thing.
Please tell me they did that and they called it parakeet.
I don't know what it's freaking called, but I know it's something with key in it.
I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't very good in competitive, so my friends didn't use it.
Bringing out the serious.
I didn't like playing competitively, but my friends did. And as such, I got destroyed because they like ground out their Pokemon on super training and stuff.
Ben, Gen 1 literally has a magnet Pokemon. It is magnets. You're complaining about gears.
Yes, I am.
Like, you do realize, like, how much of a hypocrite you're being if that's the case.
No.
Alright, hold on.
Hawkeye is all about being hypocritical. What are you talking
Is
about?
there...
I've never said a controversial thing in my entire life. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't have my headphones in. Is there like
dead phones?
Can you guys hear yourselves?
What? No.
Barely, but yes.
Okay. I'll have to mute myself while I
You didn't warn us.
By the way, Dremel warning.
Rip.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
I'm used to loud noises because my brother and sister-in-law have their fucking children over.
They're doing what to their children?
Absolutely. My brother and sister-in-law, they're not my children, but it's, no, it's my sister and brother-in-law. Fuck. I'm so used to saying
cursing.
brother and sister-in-law. Nah, I'm good.
We're streaming. Stop cursing. I can remove your rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you could, which is why I'm playing Mario Kart.
Do Mario sucks.
It's Mario Kart, not Mario.
Not
Shut
Mario.
up, your voice squeaked.
Mario.
Okay, so now we have some shims. I think I'll do the scales on here at a later date, but we'll just get these in place, and then we will do the little ribs on the inside of here. Put some little bits of epoxy behind these. I don't think it really needs it, but we'll do that anyway. And then we will put a little bit more securing these parts down here. This actually should hold just fine, but a little more doesn't hurt. So I think that's all the epoxy work that I wanted to do. I want to take the time to do these properly and get the polycarbonate in there first before I start sticking these on, and that's not necessary for the functionality of it. Another thing that I don't really have time for is designing an extended mag release for this. I looked at it, and I'm actually going to have to do some problem solving. I wanted to just slap one in there, like design and slap one in there, but I'm actually going to have to do some problem solving because of the way it's designed. So that'll be at a later date, but hopefully we can figure that out eventually. I feel like this build is taking a lot out of me. I feel like life is taking a lot out of me.
I feel like the Switch needs more multiplayer games in general.
Oh, did you mean Splatoon?
It's like the only one that people like. People play Mario Kart, Splatoon, and Rocket League.
Because that's all that there really is right now. But
yeah,
yet
but there
still,
should be more.
The Switch is the fastest selling console in history at this point.
No,
You're the fastest selling console in history.
Well, thank
we
you.
have one. It's just like I continue to doubt Nintendo's game lineup. I didn't like it at the start, but they brought it back definitely.
I'm gonna. Oh well, Stardew Valley's gonna be multiplayer soon.
What?
Yeah,
I
Stardew
didn't know
Valley's
we're
getting a
still
multiplayer
updating
update.
that.
What?
If it's multiplayer, I might go out and buy it. Honestly.
Same.
Time for you to
But-
break and go the cheap route. Do it. Give in to the cheap, Hawkeye. Never.
Hawkeye casually spends nearly thousands of dollars on a single blaster.
I mean,
Tell me I am inaccurate.
assuming the crystal clear parts are 400 on Glass Construct, assuming that they're 400, there's $1,000 worth of parts in Glass Construct. So even if they were 0, there's still $600 worth of parts in there. So I'm thinking about having a straight, or excuse me, an L bracket right there, and then that going up there
Do you know
like
if
that.
it's gonna be like peer-to-peer online multiplayer Sonic, or is it gonna?
It's gonna be like peer-to-peer, kind of.
That's gonna be cool.
Peer-to-peer pressure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get that sound.
Just like that, I just 3-starred the egg cup, and I have 3-starred every 100cc.
You like that sound, Nick? Is he dead? He's probably dead.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Freaking get it. I'm back. What did I miss? Not a whole lot. We're still working. We got some of these little shims cut out for this back part here to help secure the stock a little bit better from wiggling. We're about to start the epoxy work, but I just want to get as much of the sanding done as I can before that, because once I do the epoxy work,
Yeah,
this
my
entire
brother
room is
is
going to be
he's a
unlivable.
god at Mario Kart. He's got 150cc and mirror 3-starred.
I haven't even touched 150 yet.
Alright,
it's
I've had
still-
a drink and everything. I
Oh,
should
my God.
be good to talk.
He
Hey,
just
Valor, what's
knows
up?
it-
Valor.
Hey.
Valor's back,
I
guys.
also, I'm also back on my my USB headset, so things should
Ah.
sound a little better from me.
You actually sound really good either way.
Okay, I'm back.
Thank
We're
you.
back.
Thank you
Oh,
so much.
I was insulting
It's
you and
life.
I was insulting you and you weren't talking. So
Oh, okay. Cool. Do
Yeah.
that more.
my brother, I'll just be playing Mario Kart with my brother and a few friends, and he'll just be like a mile ahead, and I'm like, how? You didn't even
You
get
gotta
any
take those
mushrooms."
curves, man.
Yeah, like I'm
Shortcuts.
drifting a lot, and he's still like a mile ahead. It's because he has his kart customization like freaking dialed in.
Yeah, so do I.
So yeah.
Wait, get your brother to send me his Switch code, and I will fucking race him.
All right.
oh, and Sonic,
I'll
stop
remember
cursing.
and do that.
What?
Stop cursing.
I'll remember to do that.
Oh.
If it slips, that's fine, but like, try.
My innocence.
This is a good Christian channel. There's no curse.
This is a
That
Christian
meme, bruh.
Asian channel.
Actually, oddly enough, there are a good few Korean churches here in North Carolina.
What?
That is
I'm not
very-
Korean.
No, you're Chinese.
No, like just on the subject of Asian.
Confirmed. Valor Lionheart is racist. Spread that.
Oh God,
Valor
no.
Lionheart is gay.
Confirmed.
mean-
Well, I'm pan, so.
Yeah. I'm half right.
You need a
Ah,
bedpan? What?
shit.
You're welcome.
Sonic, check VIP.
I did. I said it looks good. I didn't say it in chat, but I said it mentally and while in voice chat.
I'm pretty sure Sonic just said he hates it. Did you guys hear that?
Fuck you. Valor's stuff is actually amazing. Why the fuck do you think I threw?
I heard you talking about him behind his back, and you said that you could do so much better than him. Rumors. Dremel warning, by the way.
thanks a lot.
Rip headphone users.
Something, too bad.
Metal Mario, you will not.
They have a Metal Wario now?
No, Metal Mario.
Oh, I thought you said
was
Wario.
Screaming, so it came out Wario.
You call him Wario?
No, I was screaming, so it came out Wario.
I'm debating on whether or not to call this blaster Curie or Geiger.
Geiger counter.
Call it Geiger.
Geiger,
I might go
boy.
with Curie because Curie is a nice lady name.
Literally everybody says Geiger, and you're just like, I'm gonna go with the other one.
Call her Jeff.
Wait, wasn't there a guy, like, didn't Doc have his blaster named, like, Steve or something? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like his sharp shot. that one was funny.
It's also the name of the supreme entity in the middle of the universe, or in the middle of the galaxy in Spore.
Wait, what? You've actually got there?
You actually played Spore?
You actually haven't got there?
Sorry, I was just, like, gridlocked on space. Like, how? I just don't even.
You annihilate. You. So what I did was I became a the first time I played through, didn't really know what I was doing,
shit.
and you know, like that's common.
I can't.
Then like the second time, freaking mute your mic.
I can't.
The freaking second time I played through, I knew exactly what I was doing. Omnivore all the way. You learn how to balance that between carnivore and herbivore, and you can freaking balance it to omnivore, and you just stick that route the whole way, and you can become a trader in the space one, which lets you buy a planet instantly. That you can buy home worlds for nothing.
What?
And so, like, those usually cost like 60 million or something like that. Yeah, you can buy them for $1 million.
Yeah,
Wow.
I quite like the Galactic Adventures expansion.
And so, if they were friendly, I would buy their home planet, buy the rest of them out, and they would be dead. If they were hostile, I would immediately go to their home planet, destroy their home planet, and then take out everything else. So it was all about the home planets. You can't leave anybody to go anywhere. And if you don't have the resources, what you can do is go to all of the solar systems in the surrounding areas, and they can only branch out so far, and they will only inhabit planets that are livable, like tier whatever planets. I can't. It's been a really long time since I played that game, but they'll only inhabit like
tier 3.
yeah, like tier 3 or whatever that is. So if you go and inhabit even one of those planets in that solar system, they won't take. They obviously can't take that solar system now. So if you do that within a certain surrounding area of them, they can't go anywhere, and they're completely locked. Where you start getting screwed is if they start spreading out and then they get bigger than you. Now you're answering to them, and that really sucks. So you kind of like gridlock them in, and then you buy them out, and then the hostile species you just wipe off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Aren't there, aren't...
I think my
forgot,
biggest
is there
empire
only-
was like freaking 600.
Yeah, there's a thing at the center of the universe, though. I was trying to get there, it was just hard to actually, like,
There's-
it's so long.
It's like this big huge cutscene or whatever, and there's this big booming voice, and all of a sudden it cuts to this little tiny ship with a little tiny periscope on it, and it's like, I'm Steve! And he's like the ultimate supreme being.
Ultimate Supreme Being, Steve.
There was also that one run where I just annihilated everyone. So the what's it called? What were the super bad people? The ones that would always be
Cannot
pissed at.
remember.
And you start with a G, and there was an X in there.
The Grok?
Grok, that's what it was.
Oh, those guys.
They would be pissed at you no matter what. But if you broke the treaty and blew up a planet, they would actually like that. And if you didn't piss them off at all, and you did the correct things, you could actually get them to like you.
What?
And it's very, very hard to do, but you can do it, and I've done that before. But if you tick them off in any way, shape, or form, it'll completely ruin it. But
I remember there being a diplomatic one where you could like instantly take over a planet.
yeah, that was the trading one. Or no, the one that would mess with someone. I can't remember what that was. I know what you're talking about. But yeah,
To
I
take
can't
over
remember.
a planet, I would just engineer a super predator and let like 100 of them loose on a planet and just let them kill everything. And then I just take over the planet once it was like inhospitable to anyone. I just suck up all the super predators I created.
Oh yeah, that was
And
another
we'll be
way to screw people over. Is you can just go there, avoid all the ships. It takes longer, but if you just want to screw with people, it takes longer. But you can, like that atmosphere ray or whatever. If you just blast anything and just keep avoiding the ships, just keep flying around and blasting their planet, eventually it will drop down to a tier, 0 or whatever, and everything will blow up.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I actually,
including you, probably.
I actually did that to the Grok that's how I got through the center, is instead of killing their planet because they only inhabit tier like 0 planets, you can actually do the inverse and correct the atmosphere, and then it will end the whole thing. So if you like, oh, this needs more of this, you add a bunch of that, and it will ruin the planet for them. And if you ruin enough, then you can get a path in there. Nobody knows what we're talking about right now. Everybody's lost.
Chat's probably dead right now.
It's just like, what are you guys talking
I
about?
haven't, but freaking EA with their like stupid codes or whatever. Like I have it on Steam and I can't even play it because it like won't freaking let me or something. Freaking
You're
EA,
only
man.
allowed like 3 installations of it or something.
Yeah, it's
per
freaking
copy.
stupid.
You need to throw money at them in order to play.
At that point, I just
That's
crack
the
it.
EA way.
Or you can buy it on GOG, like the complete edition, for like $20.
Can you do they?
DRM free.
Is it like, oh, there's no like codes or anything?
Nope, DRM free.
I might actually get that. I loved that game.
I got Brutal Legend on GOG and everything. I have unlimited installations and everything for it, so.
Yeah, when you buy something on GOG, they make sure that you get it DRM
Yeah.
free.
By the way, GOG, their freaking customer service is amazing.
Yeah?
I got a Cataclysm. It's not called Cataclysm. I can't remember what it's called, but Homeworld Cataclysm, and I was having trouble running that, and like I couldn't. It was playing fine, but I couldn't play it while I was streaming, and they were like, they had no reason to give me my money back because it's still a good game, and they were like, we can offer you your money back, and I was like, you know what? Just because you offered my money back, I don't want my money back. That's
one
freaking
time I
awesome.
didn't want his money back.
They were so willing to just be like, I mean, we can give you your money back if you want, because you wanted to stream it. It's like, hell no, I don't want my money back.
Keep my money, bitches, you've earned it.
You're really good at this, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Hawkeye, mister. I spent $600.
Does anyone
on
remember
Monster.
Darkspore? What's
I
Darkspore?
do. That thing's dead.
I have no
The
idea what that
servers
is.
are completely dead for it and everything.
What is that?
It was using the same creation engine for things, but you didn't have quite as much freedom in designing your character. Your Darkspore hero or whatever.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
The
that
servers
sucked.
for that went down really.
Yeah,
like,
that sucked.
shortly after.
Dremel warning!
Run servers like if you. Like, I'm pretty sure that fans of the game have still run servers and stuff that you have to like going around about
Know
way
people.
of getting all these servers and everything running, but yeah.
Possible, but not probable.
Yeah.
So plugging Nick's channel again. He's planning on doing giveaway soon, so if you want to go and subscribe to him, he's gonna have a lot of content
I have
out.
3 DRS pages that I'm giving away for every 100 subscribers I get in the next 24 hours.
Oh wow.
For those of you not in the loop, that's a joke.
I actually have 2 DRS cages in my workshop right now, and I have 2 more on the way.
Which ones
Grub.
are they? What?
Gen
Can you
4.
actually buy them right now?
Yeah, I think.
I think
He had
they're
them
out
on.
now.
He actually had them available a little while ago.
Yeah, they're out now.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
and he
I mean,
like,
sure,
and he
a
actually
few of
kept
them.
restocking them. He was
Yeah, he
actively
kept
restocking
restocking
them.
But like, just check back in like a week or so.
Blades
Probably
didn't
more.
order one, did he?
No.
I don't think so.
He plans on trying to get one from me.
Ah.
DRS cages are always the best investment ever. Like, I bought 2 of the Gen 4 cages for like, I think my total came out to like $190 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because,
don't like Gen 4 very much.
The conversions were really shit for like on our end. But anyways, even with all of that, I was able to resell them and make like $25 in each, just because they're such a good investment, you know.
Well,
Everybody
the
wants
cages are not engineered for the highest FPS. I mean, you can still get a good FPS out of them and everything.
Still kick
but
everyone's ass,
They're
though.
designed for accuracy and consistency.
Yes.
Which, like,
And because of that accuracy, they get more range.
My blaster has been called outmoded before, and I couldn't help but laugh because, like, I've faced people with like, my blaster is designed for dueling people. Like, if I'm just going after one person, that's freaking awesome because, like, you know, they're spamming their darts around. I'm just like standing there. It's like, oh, that one kind of got close. That's cute, and they're going far, but they're not hitting where they need to be, you know, going. So
Right.
the last SNC war I went to, I had Rapid Strike 7. And what I'd do is I'd take a drum and just use it like a mortar and rain darts on people. It was really fun. And people were getting tagged out. Are like, what the heck? Where are these darts coming from?
hey Pete,
And they
what's
look
going
up and they're
on?
like, oh.
Sorry, we're kind of ignoring the chat a little bit here because we've been
trying
talking,
to remember
but
to talk to the chat.
hashtag my bad. Hashtag forgive me. Hashtag Hawkeye's a terrible person.
You know that meme that's circulating?
I agree with
now
that last one.
It's like somebody's sitting at a table and it's like it
Why
says
did
something
somebody
and then it
say
says try
Hot
and
Duck
convince
is
me
in the
otherwise.
background?
If
Because
you are
you
watching,
sound like
hey
a
Kotak.
woman.
Dang.
I mean,
So-
tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know I don't sound like Alice though.
So you guys know
Can
that
confirm.
meme that has the table set up and the guy's sitting there drinking coffee and it says something and then can try and convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
that's
Pop Tarts are
freaking getting annoying.
Otherwise,
They should have one with what is it, like DRS cages like aren't accurate or some shit. Try and convince me otherwise or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's what we need, more controversy.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of what Nerf modding is all about, is screaming at each other about how my product is better than yours, isn't it?
Is that what that is? I feel like that's not.
Hey Blades.
I mean,
Oh my god, you did it. You
Blades
got
is in the
Nick.
chat. That's also
Blades.
Oh, you're still streaming. Hey,
what's
I just got off
your
work.
name on YouTube? Meowstick. That's also Meowstick.
Yeah.
Nick, you actually made Discord.
Meowtastic.
What I do? What?
Meowtastic.
And
You made a
I got
Discord.
No, I had a Discord because I had to do the DV test podcast, but like I don't use it. Like it's not like
using
Facebook for me. Like, sorry, I don't need 5 forms of social media to keep in contact with everybody.
I mean, you do nowadays, but
Ugh.
that's
Oh, Valor.
Yo.
Tell me what I need. Tell me again.
I knew exactly what it was for, but ooh,
Are you looking in
I-
Nerf and stuff?
I'm looking in VIP.
grumble, 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 grumble. I got second in 150 cc. I am definitely gonna have to step up my game.
Hey Valor, do you have a power driver for like screws?
I mean, I have a drill, but I mainly just do everything by hand.
I have a
If you
screwdriver.
get even a cheap one, I guarantee it'll change your life with how much modding you do.
Trust me, I want to get one, but I just never got around to getting one.
It's worth it.
Hey Valor,
Trust
when's
me.
your birthday?
June
I feel
28th.
like I'm gonna
Why?
strip out so many.
I share a birthday with Markiplier.
Oh,
Wow, I'm
Interesting.
sorry for your loss.
I should probably eat, seeing how I haven't eaten since about yesterday.
Oh my god, look at it!
It's overrated.
Look at it! Look how pretty it is!
What is it? I'm not at your stream. It's loading.
Oh my god, look how pretty it is!
Just post a picture.
I'm streaming
I
you.
have a DRS page and I don't want to see it.
It's loading for me. I can't see it.
That's fine. This is fine.
Everything is fine.
Blades is in the
Oh,
is in the chat, Trico.
Commercial.
Yeah, they should be monetized.
They are.
Demonetized.
I figured since I'm actually like this is my only content, I might as well monetize them.
Yes. Yes, I am Trico.
Guys, we have to try really hard to get like him to lose monetization by talking, like just swearing, talking about sucking.
Please,
baby.
please don't. Like it's no, like it like it's an auto flag. Like please don't actually like even say it. It like automatically.
Sonic,
wonder
if
if
you
I
want to
do
talk
better
about your fetishisms, you're gonna have to be two different chat.
Okay, for one, fuck off.
Are
For
we gonna
two,
ignore?
I'm keeping it majoritively safe for work for this chat.
Are we gonna? Are you gonna ignore how many times I said "ish" in that word?
Yes, but I also have to do some cleaning in my room as well as getting ready for a full couple-day project that I was going to be doing with my brother.
Is it?
Couples day with your brother.
No, a couple day long project with my brother.
Sure.
I'm gonna be fixing up a camper that I just bought. Yes.
Hey, Callie.
Oh balls!
Callie.
I did
Blades?
not see that coming.
Did you strip out a screw?
No.
Does Nick know about what you're gonna buy from Michelle?
Shut up about that.
Okay.
Huh?
Secrets are secrets.
Okay,
bulk
I'm gonna
order?
go.
That
Is
bulk
Bye.
order?
Is this what I think it is? Because
Bye,
I know
bitches.
I know what Michelle owns.
The trigger is slightly being blocked by this.
Totally
'Cause I'm a
exactly. what
Riri.
you're thinking. Not like a bulk motor order or anything. No, nothing like that. Nothing. That's the farthest thing from true.
I'm very confused right now.
It doesn't matter. He's looking for attention.
Okay.
Just ignore him. He'll eventually say it on his own.
I was about to say, you have money? What?
No, I was talking to Callie.
Gotcha.
That's what Callie's doing.
No,
I
I
don't
didn't
have it.
actually want to say it. Blades.
Oh.
Yeah, Blades. He was kind of implying that it was a secret and didn't want to frickin' say something on stream.
So
Oh shit, I forgot we're
that's
streaming.
all the more. Yeah, I was about to say, I completely forgot, actually.
Thanks for
Like, why would you
the
say it?
Dremel
You gotta
warning.
Just say it. You gotta just say the secrets while the dremeling's happening.
I need to move the marker from here to here before I put the Dremel down on the marker.
Is it a normal side effect when you buy clear parts?
It's normal for
Not
boys your age.
to continuously stare at them. Is that like a? Is that a?
It never gets old. It doesn't get old.
It never gets old. I've been staring at this thing. For
I've had Ethereal Fortress for 2 years, and every time I turn on the light, I smile. It
No,
never
just
gets old.
Just looking at the clear parts. Just looking at them.
I never own a blaster for more than a year. I keep selling it because I'm never happy with it. So no, I don't have that feeling. I have that feeling for the first minute. and then I
Ethereal
never have
Fortress
it
is the only blaster that I'm still happy with. I know it has flaws, but I'm still happy with it.
I mean, you could fix them if you just talk to. some
Look
guys and
look at that. Look at that. The only thing I need is a tube from here to here, and it's going to be freaking poppin', lockin'. I am so
Should've stopped.
Poppin'.
Ben, I'm surprised you haven't casted the part of the mag release that engages with the magazine in something that isn't orange yet.
Wait, say that again?
Part of the magazine, like on a Strife magazine release that engages with the magazine. I'm surprised you haven't casted that.
I want to get the inner one doesn't matter. The one that you can see from the inside. I want to get an
Yeah.
Australian one, but freaking Ryan told me he was gonna bring one at Enwar, and then he didn't. That little freaking nice person that I'm not gonna say anything bad about,
Yeah.
because he has a huge cult following.
He just forgot.
Yeah, he just forgot. It's fine.
We We all forget sometimes.
Yeah, I'm really not upset. Okay, apparently a dull freaking, what's it called? What is that? X-Acto knife doesn't cut.
Weird. Shocker.
I'm really torn apart as to whether I want to drill these sites or just keep them solid.
I'm tearing myself apart. My name is Blitz.
Music hour here on Hawkeye 007 stream.
Hawk FM. But I have no idea whether I want to keep these solid or drill through them and make
Solid, brah. I would recommend keeping them solid because I honestly think that you're going to screw it up. Like, I'm not doubting your ability. I honestly think you're
right
gonna
to doubt
screw
my
it up.
ability.
I would screw that up. The only reason why Nick wouldn't screw that up is because he has access to a mill.
What are we talking about?
Trying to drill something on an inclined plane.
Oh god, no,
What?
please don't.
Yeah.
No, don't
Your
do that.
bit's gonna walk
Dear
like
God.
crazy.
Oh my god, yeah. I wouldn't even even want to do it on a mill. Like,
But you could.
You gotta. I could. But you gotta you want to make a flat surface on it first before you can even try and.
Oh,
plumb
I
into it.
cannot. It's at a like a 5-degree slant.
I can't
One of them?
not. I'll be right back.
I didn't think that they'd be solid. I thought they would be hollowed.
Because he wasn't paying attention.
There wasn't in the listing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a set of clear strife parts from Hawkeye, but probably gonna get one of the.
I need to use mine.
I'm gonna have to get one of the Biggs NZ cast foam blast mag release and rev triggers because I prefer those.
Oh
over
wow,
the
Darchan is dead.
Yeah, I have a.
Okay, it's
Yeah, it's
holding.
not on.
I have a set of Biggs parts coming in, which I'm pretty excited about.
Oh baby.
I am not watching the stream.
Oh
That is
my
very concerning
God.
when you just hear the audio.
Oh, oh.
Oh baby girl.
Sexy.
Stop! I can only get
My
so
erection
hard.
can no longer be contained.
Oh yeah, Heather should be jealous. I'm going
Jesus
to
Christ.
touch this thing tonight.
Ben, listen to what you
Oh,
were
yes.
saying.
Listen to what you say, man.
Listen to what you're
Click,
saying.
click, click, poof.
I cannot watch the stream. I am just hearing what you are
Oh
saying.
my god, yes. Pull me. That is
Damn it.
freaking beautiful.
baby.
Look at this. It's so freaking clean. It's so clean. I'm so freaking happy with this. I'll take a picture for you, Nick.
I looked at it because I couldn't
did you?
resist. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah, it said you were streaming at 8 and it's 11.
Everything
I
is freaking rock solid.
I'm gonna
like
disappear
me.
for like another 4 minutes.
Everything's
again.
rock solid, and I'm not just talking about the blaster.
I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, man, these are some pretty solid resin parts. Ah!
Kill yourself.
Who is this? The one is in my who's in my Borderlands game?
Who said that? Was that you, Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Only for you.
I can't imagine a world without light. Yes, that would be very dark.
Oh, hold on.
Oh Jesus, I forgot that was plugged in. That actually scared me.
So, how many of these RS fronts exist again? Didn't the orange
including mine, including mine, I believe there's 3.
I have one.
There might only be 2.
No, you have the pink ones. This one.
Well, no one has those yet. I have those.
Well, they exist.
Okay, well then probably 3. Dude, oh my god, people are gonna be so freaking scared.
Oh wow! I have the only other RS cast front that isn't owned by you. That's kind of trippy.
I'm happy with this. I am ecstatic with this. This thing is freaking awesome, man.
I'm such a
I heard
horrible.
Nancy notification.
uh.
Should I just give myself an automatic 6-week lead time on that shit?
Automatic 6-week lead time.
Oh,
was
I'll try
supposed
to
to
I'll try to get it up.
Alrighty. If you just like pour slightly too much resin if you have a black colored order.
Oh my god. I'm gonna waste all of my air before tomorrow.
Isn't the war tomorrow? Or is it
N
like
well, I have to show some people some HPA stuff because a lot of my locals are getting into HPA since I am. They're like little puppies, but they have some questions, so I'm gonna bring my gear so I can show them. Oh my goodness.
how would Prisma fare at your locals if I completed it?
Fine. Rob strikes tend
If
to
he
get a little
ever
bit less
completed it.
range, but
What cage are you gonna run in it, Blades?
DRS.
Cool.
this is gonna be NIC grade stuff, and this is gonna kick that blaster's
Where are
ass
you
because
gonna
it's
buy
not
that
the
DRS
same.
from?
I have a source. He's right above me.
Oh, cool.
Oh, we can still hear you. Dude, Peter, you see this? Freaking look at it. Look at its gorgeousness.
Alpha.
Here, are you
Snooper.
ready for this? Are you ready for this sound? Listen. It's
I'm still thinking on how you're
gorgeous.
gonna cut the metal. How are you gonna cut the metal for the? How are you gonna cut it?
cut what? For what?
If you got a metal trigger, how would you make that work?
I wouldn't need to make it work. Look where it is. The artifact one?
Yeah.
There would just be a
Let
little bit
me-
more lead time between this.
I'm actually going the monkey mods. I'm trying to see if the trigger looks like exactly. Again, I'm tired. I don't remember anything.
I think I'm going to hop off the voice channel real quick.
Oh
Not a
my
problem.
God.
I am playing some Borderlands.
We've been going for 3 hours and 32 minutes, so I'm actually probably
Whoa.
going to start getting off here as well. I wanted to
go
do the
migrate
epoxy
to
work, but I want to do that while I'm fresh, and I'm starting to get a little bit too tired. I might do that off camera just because doing it outside, it doesn't sync up my room. So, but I am very happy with where this has gone so far. If you couldn't tell. This paintball bottle is the best thing I ever bought.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, I didn't know you were
You
here the whole
know-
time, Peter.
HPA sounds pretty cool, but right now I'm like, the paint sprayer is the best thing I've ever bought. Like, dude, the paint quality is insane with it.
It's a lot easier to spray that clear coat.
Yeah,
I hate them
especially
so
the
much.
clear coat. Like
I'm
that
also really
can
lazy.
UK is, bleh.
You saw Biohazard, right? That was Can.
Wow, that's super nice for can.
It's all about like what kind of environment you're spraying it in. That was like
Do you
temperature
have high
controlled.
humidity or something?
It was temperature controlled, humidity controlled warehouse for like a week.
Ah. Yeah, I'm in California, so the humidity isn't really a problem, and the temperature is never really that low.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just go outside and spray and come in, and it'll work fine.
Even without
I'm
the
doing-
sorry, I thought you were done. Keep going.
I'm actually doing a hurricane paint job for out of darts right now. Should be done soon.
Even without the shims here to lock up the stock a little bit better, I'm surprised at how rigid the stock is on this blaster, because I assumed that it would be a little bit flimsy, but it's actually pretty rigid on there. Like, it's not perfect, but the shims will lock that up tight.
I feel like that's gonna break off because of how much leverage you have on.
No, that's good. Pretty confident in it.
So I don't think I've mentioned this publicly yet, but I guess now is a better time than any. But
Soon, Trico.
that DRS cage that I recently just got. It's Gen 1 with the old logo, and it's cage number 3.
Nice.
So I'm so happy about that. Because 3 is my favorite number, and I really, like, ever since I came out, the third one that was released for Gen 1, and I finally found the person who owned it and convinced him to sell off his cages.
5 is my favorite number.
Yeah. But I actually don't have a lot of DRS cages now. I only have my Gen 2 number 18. I have my Gen 3, which is my first ever DRS cage. Now this one's coming in.
Gen 1 is the only version I've never owned.
They're okay.
Yeah.
I personally...
I don't really like them.
I like Gen 3 the best.
I like Gen 2 the best.
I
think,
like Gen 2 so much.
I think
It's so good.
Gen 2, I'm a fan of, but the only reason why I like Gen 3 over because Gen 2 doesn't have the dark eyed.
That's why
exactly
I like.
Why we don't like it.
That's why I like Gen 2.
Why?
Because it doesn't have the dark guide.
Like, why is that a benefit?
Because you don't need it if you're using good darks.
It just seems like in my experience, it just seems like when it's feeding the darts in, it bends the darts downwards, and then it like puts it up into the wheels, and then it like goes off weird, and it's not as accurate.
What are you talking about? I just got back.
DRS cages.
Like the
DRS?
differences between them.
So
That's just my personal like experience with them, but
honestly, I've never seen it. I've never seen it, and like what I like accuracy is really important for me, but for anything like I value reliability of them feeding, which I feel like the guide helps significantly on. I
very rarely have any feeding issues, and that's usually due to humidity.
If you use used darts like you do a lot with HVZ.
I have a habit of using nothing but brand new darts. It's a problem.
I mean, I'm kind of the same way because I just bought myself 2000 fakes. However, like with a lot of the HVZ we have a lot of darts. I get lazy, so.
Okay, so we're gonna start wrapping up here. I got accomplished almost everything I wanted to accomplish. Probably do the epoxy work off camera, unfortunately, but that's okay. We got the internals up and running, and that's a good sign. So if you guys have any last questions or comments, go ahead and start leaving those, and I will try to get to those without ignoring you like I have been since we've been talking.
Ben, I have a question.
Go for it.
You first.
No, you.
Okay. Okay, so Ben, how do you deal with it when cops come to your war again? How do you convince them to go away?
We've never had a cop come to our war.
Are you guys that isolated out?
I mean, you can't see us from the street. You have to be on the jogging path to see us.
Does that play into your method of convincing?
I mean, if a cop showed up, we would just be like, no, we're just playing with Nerf guns. I mean, I'm from Texas, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, we always have signs around our game that say, like, Nerf party and stuff.
That's a good idea. Thank you for streaming, Hawkeye. I had a blast as always, I'm assuming that it's supposed to say. Have a swell night, and I can't wait for the next one. Have a sweet night, everyone. What?
Oh, I have a question.
Thank you, Trico. You too.
You meant to say sweet. I have a question.
Yes.
If you drank the crystal clear resin, how quickly would you die?
The cure time is 90 minutes. So
you would die in 90 minutes.
No, I would die before that.
But I would die in 90 minutes.
Mythbusters.
That's weird. It said the stream was over for you, Gavin? That's weird. Wait, is that Nicarari? It is Nicarari.
Hello.
Hey Hawkeye, what is happening to this ETA? So what we've got going on, first of all, I just want to get this up and running before mid-March because I have an NIC war and I want to use this. So I'm going to get it up and running, which is almost up and running now, but I want to get it up and running for that, and then later on I'll come back to it and do all of the aesthetics that I want to do. But right now, we're HPAing an Alpha Trooper. I have the tank back here in its own housing, which everything still comes apart completely. I really believe in being able to do maintenance on your blaster, but if you do it correctly, you shouldn't need maintenance on your blaster. Anyway, so the tank is back here because I wanted a normal breech system. Basically, the sled is open like this and then closed like this because the brass is back here and I need that space, that dead space here. Dead space in an XPZ doesn't really matter. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to help not blow the heads off your dart. However, if I had the tank in here, it would look cleaner back here, arguably, but this would be the closed position and the brass would be up here. So it'd be a reverse breech. So this would be open and this would be closed. So your default position would be here on the hand grip. You can get used to that, but my problem is I'm going to get used to that and I don't have any other blaster to reference. I don't have a pump action blaster. But I know I want to make one eventually, and if I use anyone else's, I'm going to look like an idiot because I'm going to reverse breach it and I'm going to look like a retard. So, I want the normal breaching mechanism on this, and I actually, that's why the stock is like this, is because I problem solved by putting the stock down here. And I actually like the profile of it. It's probably debatable whether it's pretty or not, but I actually like the profile of this one.
Oh, it's unique. Have some end strike on V game looking stuff right there.
And so yeah, and then I was up super late, like running on 4 hours of sleep in 48 hours, and I came up with Alpha Snooper, spelled A-L-F-A. Snooper referencing sniper. And I'm going to ironically paint it like a Borderlands cell shading. So it's gonna be a fun build.
You should really take better care of yourself, man. You're missing parts and orders occasionally.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You're like your sleep hours are like down. You should actually take care of yourself, dude.
That's right.
I find it's actually really good to use heavy machinery. You only have 4 hours to sleep.
Yeah.
Hey Hawkeye, what's that? Wait, just stream. Shut up, Gavin.
Yeah, Gavin, shut up.
He said you said you'd end the stream 10 minutes ago. Shut up. Could we? Yeah. Could we not talk about death? I just lost someone personal to me. My bad. Sorry. This is sad. Hey, could have nurse. Sleep is for the weak. I truly believe that. When is the next stream? Don't really plan these, unfortunately. So if you want to, this isn't a plug, I swear. But unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have any other method. If you want to be notified when I'm streaming, the bell icon is the only
Hit
thing.
that bell in the description.
The bell icon is the only thing that's going to let you know when I'm streaming, and then like whatever setting that is in that thing. So if you want to know when I'm streaming, you can hit that. I don't upload 27 videos a week, so it's not going to spam you.
Like me, you're just not good at
Yeah.
Upload 27 videos as one random. Say absolutely nothing. Just upload 27.
Unfortunately, I just don't. I don't plan these at all. So, and I don't plan the length or anything. It's just kind of whenever I feel like
Are
it.
we getting one tomorrow, or are you doing things?
I'm not gonna guarantee anything. I have no idea.
Alright.
Guys, should I live stream me studying for my exams next week?
Why?
People would probably watch it.
Why an Alpha Trooper? I personally like the Alpha Trooper more than the Retaliator. The only reason why I would ever do a Retaliator is because there's more parts for it, because more people like it. But I actually like the Alpha Trooper a little bit better.
What you're doing is more unique, which I find kind of interesting, but I think on paper I like the Retaliator and the aftermarket stuff more.
Yeah.
But the fact
I'm trying to go for unique with this one.
That's really important in the nerf community. Because a lot of it's so much of the same stuff.
Yeah. Why not a rare recon or something? Because there's no such thing as a rare recon. I hate recons. Recons are
Red
stupid.
Recon?
Yeah, recon. Yeah.
How many E's are in there?
As someone who took pleasure in chopping up a new in-box Elite Raven, I would not use a recon.
Gotta love all that plastic that's 10 years old.
If somebody gives you a,
Exactly.
a long shot, are you gonna cut it up?
What?
If somebody gives you like a red long shot, are you gonna cut it up?
If someone gave me a red long shot, I'd put red LEDs in there. I would get the black full metal rail from flat top rail from Monkey Mods. I would probably get an Omega kit from Jet Blaster.
The Omega kit.
I would put some sort of, I would integrate some sort of stock on there because that one sucks. I kind of like what Bobo's doing with his, so I would probably get a Chaos for that one. He still needs to finish that blaster because it looks beautiful.
Dude, the Omega barrel's 13.3 millimeters.
But
It's why?
what do you mean?
The Omega barrel is 13.3 millimeters.
Can you put that in freedom units for me, please?
That's virtually the same thing as a caliber and barrel material.
No, Caliburn is Omega's 0.509, Caliburn's 0.527.
Okay, so they're doing it correctly. 0.509. 0.509 is optimal.
They're using not 0.509. Let me see if I can find his reference.
0.509 is what the caliber should be using. Why Slug is using 0.5?
No.
It's more
No, 0.509 is 12.9 millimeter. Omega's 13.3.
The 0.527 is more reliable in my opinion because you can use more things. If you try shoving freaking brass in there, it twists the dart heads and it gets locked up in there. At least from my experience.
Okay, so I guess for me, if I were to ever use the caliber, it'd be in the context of short darts. Which 0.509 would be optimal. You don't have to worry about full length bunching up.
Omni is larger than 0.535. That's how big Omni's barrel is.
That's crazy big. What are they using? They're like Mongos?
I don't know.
It's crazy big.
Well, if it's 13.3, that's definitely not that big because I literally just looked it up today. I just happened to do that conversion today.
Yeah, and 12.9 is typical gold standard.
I was actually looking up professional rifling tools. Don't make them in the correct size, by the way. Unfortunately. Anyway, I said we were going to go a long time ago. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 47 minutes, almost 48. Okay, that's a language I don't understand, but welcome to the chat. Unfortunately, we're wrapping it up here. Thank you guys very much for watching this stream. I know some of you have been here since the beginning, which you're freaking crazy, and a lot of you have jumped in and out here and there. But regardless, I thank you. While the FBI is monitoring your activity now.
Demonetized.
I thank you guys for joining me and the rest of us in this fun stream, and I hope to see you guys in another one.
The guy who said,
but
shut up,
I'm doing my outro.
Demonetized.
Shut up. Thank you for watching, and
hit that bell.
end stream.
Subscribable.